of the best players in the world present inside of the server and two of the best teams we've got in the world. So this is going to be a fantastic game. Hopefully we've got a chance to see G2 of all of the players on the server. Last time they played Spirit, they had Taz, and they had a couple of close moments against Spirit, so they're going to be hoping for a better show this time around.
The beautiful thing about this is once the series is over, we all get to forget about that. We don't ever have to reference it again. Let's not even talk about it for the rest of this series. Let's just enjoy what we've got on our screen. G2 starting out with 3 players sitting at A ramp. Modesty up in front, Nico just behind him with a P250.
Sure up on top of Wood. Monacy coming out first, straight out of the ramp. Donk on default. This is a strong setup for Team Spirit, and Monacy's sound cue allows Shiro to peek first. They don't see anybody following up. Woo! Behind it, and Nico does not spot much of Chopper before that bullet lands between his eyes. G2 into the B bomb site though, and Malbs defends. Magic's goes.
Dang!
Malbs, he is proving that he deserves a spot here. 2 headshots right back, and G2 even up those numbers.
I said he was American Donk, and those 2 kills kind of lend a little bit of credence to that. And all of a sudden, a 2-man advantage, 2 kills of the B bomb site, a gush down in middle. Chopper is isolated. Snacks can now come for support, and G2 has the pistol. Big boy round from Malbs.
Yeah, what a pullback from G2. That looked like utter disaster at the start, Jason. You lose Monacy and Nico on the A play, but it was always about B. It was always about getting into that B bomb site.
But they wanted the A ramp success to force a rotation to make that easier, but regardless of that, Malbs makes it look easy coming out of the B halls. Those are some blinding shots. We haven't even, with all the excitement, I mean, I apologize, we haven't even really mentioned Shiro. We talked about Monacy on the AWP. Shiro, how clutch he can be with the AWP. Let's wait and see what he's going to look like on this CT side as well.
It's just so many.
There's so many players to name and not enough time to go through them all.
This probably would be a better time than most to do it, because Team Spirit find themselves on USPs 4 and Donk on the D. There's a fight here for Nico that he surely will win. Chopper around that corner, surely, but the pistol comes out on top of that fight.
All right, Chopper's just wrecked Nico back-to-back rounds. 1-tap USP in the pistol, and now this. He won't survive. He won't be able to do anything more. And that A-bomb site is empty now that Chopper has gone down. G2 already have a pretty decent amount of information from Malbs peeking up that A ramp, seeing it's mostly clear, not seeing any more resistance or feeling any more presence, and they're going to creep and crawl their way in.
And goes Monacy to clear under Wood. Doesn't spot anybody from Team Spirit's defense there, so plants that bomb. Hunter in the meantime making some extra money. It's Shiro that goes down. It's going to be a 2-0 start here for G2, but Malbs is off to a heater. His first time facing Donk, and he was excited about it. And he's off to a great start here. There just is more firepower available thanks to the addition of Malbs into the squad.
That's what they're hoping for, right? Like a little bit more firepower to help, you know, alleviate some of the weight on Monacy and Nico's shoulders at times, and also just someone who can create opportunities and open the map up for other people. So you have another piece of the puzzle that enjoys being aggressive, that's confident in taking its fights. But also, I mean, look, we're focusing a lot on Malbs as kind of the new addition, the more exciting player. But obviously, one of the big things G2 is going to have to work through is, once again, a lackluster response to Snacks coming in as the IGL. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs saying, is this a player as an IGL who's proven enough to come onto a team like G2 and bring them back to the trophies they won in Katowice and Cologne last year? Is he good enough as an IGL to make this team realize the potential we see in them that they haven't been able to reach on a consistent basis?
The AWP is going to come out for Shiro early on. He's got it straight out there as soon as there's an opportunity to buy it.
No armor on Shiro's AWP.
Donk relocating back over towards jungle. Snacks in the meantime is taking some control in towards connector and catches the timing, but Donk just nails him, pulls that gun out just in time, and Snacks goes down. So Spirit have the player advantage. Malbs up next. His first challenge onto Donk, and timing is good for Malbs, and Donk turns back. It's a headshot for Malbs. Donk down, Monacy following up. Chopper hiding under the wood, cleared out by Hunter, and it's a great clearance from G2, a fantastic recovery to this round, and now they look at a 4v2 situation, comfortable inside of the A-bomb site.
Again, a nasty play from Malbs, finding that timing, feeling the timing of the spam into the reload, and making a good educated guess to come right through that smoke in mid. Nice and easy. Shiro without his armor, taken down by a headshot from a Galil as well, and it all comes crumbling so quickly. G2 off to a hot start, up 3-0.
And that's with Donk picking up the opening kill. 4v5 conversion for G2 is a positive sign. Team Spirit will hang on to 2 weapons here. Magix and Zontix trying to hold on to them. Zontix goes down, in fact, to the bomb, so that's one of the guns gone. And Magix,
that's actually a big mistake to lose that M4 at no cost to G2, not even pressuring him. Not aware the bomb is going to blow him up in that position.
Donk, rather North American Donk, looks rather unfazed at the moment.
I think Spirit wanted to kind of force up a little bit around those 2 M4s, but losing that one changes their mind. They've called a timeout. Interestingly enough, when we come back into this, Magix has dropped the M4 that he saved over to Donk, who's picked up armor, and they're still going to buy up around it. So a lot of confidence they're putting in Donk as a star player to provide the firepower necessary to allow some of the weaker weapons to have chances to turn this around. Monacy's got an AWP himself.
So timeout taken and concluded. Holly just drilling out his orders across the squad. Donk will be on the rifle. Looked like Holly was giving him instructions directly about how he wants Donk to use this weapon.
So Spirit has invested a light investment. Everyone down to, let's say, the mid-thousands in terms of the cash they have remaining. Oh, breaks it open, finds the gap in the smoke with that little bit of spam, cleans up the kill.
That's Monacy down with that AWP you mentioned. He doesn't get involved in this. A great kill for Donk. That's another opening, but another chance for G2 to convert this from a 4v5 into victory. Snacks clearing out through short. Rifles definitely has the advantage at range against that MP9 of Magix, but Donk is coming over to back him up, and Donk loses the fight at range to Snacks. And now the MP9 of Magix decides he doesn't want to get involved in a long-range fight, decides to change his position up and take Snacks down. He also dishes damage out to Hunter. P250 now coming in, but it's taken by Mobs, and it looks to be recovered here for G2. A CZ, but now an AWP back in the hands of Shiro.
It's going to save.
Very tantalizing save call, and he is going to try and retreat. He should be able to get away with this.
Even if Chopper has some success on this flank, I don't think Shiro commits himself to any kind of attempt at this retake.
He's going into the underpass at the moment. And there's no kit, so yeah, just setting up for an exit kill. And the saved AWP for Shiro is massive.
That's a gift. I mean, look at what Donk did with that opening kill. Now you have an op. Oh, good cleanup from Chopper. Finds one just at the close, backs away, preserves the armor. So Spirit, despite the fact that they're down 0-4, they find a way to pick up an AWP and can be in a pretty decent position for this next round. But at the moment, it's all G2. Overcoming some of the adversity. That's 2 opening kills that they've been able to convert 4v5s, come back in them, albeit this one is against weaker weapons, and Taz is loving it.
It's a 4-round start on the T side. It's fantastic from G2. A great buffer already built up. But the buy is back for Team Spirit. Every player now on their weapon of choice. AWP back out for Shiro. This time he's got armor thanks to the save. Rifles and everybody else.
4K left over. That's another op in his back pocket whenever he needs it.
You know Monacy's frustrated about losing that op in the previous round. He wants to get involved in the game now on this T side. It's quite a heavy commitment through ramp here. Mobs just running out right into Chopper, who defends the A-bomb site with ease. Mobs and Hunter both down in quick succession. And there's no reply here for G2.
That's brilliant from Chopper. G2 is just trying to play the contact trade game, hoping that at least goes 1 for 1 at the very worst.
Oh, big shot from Monacy. Just spotted enough of the head of Zontix and is so quick to get that shot.
Takes no damage as well, so now it's just a one-man advantage for Spirit. Still a chance G2 can find a solution. A minute remaining to find another pick.
No one from Team Spirit in a position to offer up one of those picks, though. No one's aggressive. It's a disciplined setup right now from Team Spirit.
Yeah, Monacy just running back to clear the flank. Smoke towards middle might allow Snacks to make a move and start getting a lurk on, creep a little bit closer. He's going to drop a smoke towards top con as well, so standard mid-take smokes. And Snacks creeps forward as a ramp is again going to be the point of attack.
We're looking towards B right now on Team Spirit's defense. And they're going to get the warning system soon because Chopper's playing under wood. And Nico getting ever closer to this A bomb site. He's about to clear Chopper looking up. But will timing favor Chopper? It looks like he's starting to become aware of this and goes around that corner. Nico's down. Chopper is having a field day in this round and he gets away from the shot of Monacy. And it's a 1v4 with 13 seconds left and Chopper just chomps down on G2.
Great round from Chopper. What a hold of the A bomb site. The initial 2 duels and smart conservative play after the fact. Spirit gets their first round on the board, and G2's got to invest everything moving forward as much as they possibly can, but clean fights from Chopper.
Just about got his gun out in time, though, as well, because Mobs is coming through as the quick switch was happening, and Chopper able to react. Utility bombarding Snacks at top mid. He'll have to use a smoke to stand comfortably behind those top boxes. Donk now trying to be a real thorn in the side of G2 in middle. They're not going to split him though. 2 through the underpass. Soon to be 3 as Monacy now joins the pack. But they're holding them back with utility and Snacks goes down in middle. Zontic's freed up at short. G2 down a member and they're very committed to this mid setup. There's no one outside of B, no one outside of A. It's 3 in underpass and 1 top mid. And they haven't taken control yet.
Oh, they never saw Nico get to those boxes. Donk goes down for free. Zontix has to back off now. Donk's probably a little bit confused, scratching his head on how he's picked off for free in that fashion. And that allows the underpass players to find positioning, but Shiro's got a filthy little off angle.
How long is he going to hold it? Can Hunter be patient enough that gap once again opens up? 45 seconds left in this round. Bomb is now collected.
It's all out of timing. Mobs just looked away from looking for this cat aggression. Is he going to be aware of it?
Zontix coming back. Mobs looks away. Easy kill for Zontix. He drops down easily into middle. 30 seconds remaining, and Hunter still in position at window. He wants to be the late game piece.
He's so nervous, and obviously he's scared about someone watching that murder hole where Shiro just was, but I think he's going to have to be involved in this take if G2 want to find success. This is going to be really hard.
Timing.
The timing is horrible for Shiro, and once again, Nico is able to find a free kill on a Chopper, not even looking, and now Hunter can cover. They can plant.
They have to get that bomb down. Cover with the smoke. Monacy will plant the bomb. Now there's a quick flank from Zontix already coming through ramp. Will Monacy be ready for this flank to be so quick behind him? Zontix surely has this. And now it is all on Hunter in towards jungle. And it is a tough position, a tough ask for Hunter to win this round. Great movement, gets him up short inside of connector. Grenade will blow up in the smoke. Takes the fight on Shiro at Ticket. Trying to get the lineup on the defuse. Hunter brings down Zontix. Time is now ticking. Ticking for
No!
But Hunter is absolutely ravaging them at the moment.
No kit!
And there's no kit left. And it's all about time. And Shiro gets to it. But is there enough to pull this one off? Shiro knows he's got it. That's a second for Spirit. And Hunter comes close.
Oh, he picks it up right next to the bomb. That is a massive attempt from Hunter. So much damage done. And look at Chopper, looking to his left, looking to his right, talking to the boys, what's going on? 3v1, usually clean in this situation. Hunter makes that oh so interesting. But remember, this puts some pressure now, the decision on G2. They were out of money in this round, and all of them dying. They've got no cash, but they got it down to 1 player. They got a bomb plant. They're going to be wanting in their head, they're saying this is a perfect opportunity for us to invest, but do they actually want to do it?
Shiro will be happy that he's able to recover this round for a squad because that was, he got a real bad timing watching Palace. Just on scopes as Nico comes on out. And Shiro able to get the job done regardless for Spirit. 4-2 scoreline now. Money starting to break apart here for G2.
Yeah, they'd be saving here if they didn't get 4 kills. They'd be saving if they didn't realize they have the money in a little bit of a hard spot. Take a look at Shiro, though. Remember, he was able to grab that free AWP. He still got it. So he's got plenty of cash built up. More aggression in middle.
Nico's already out ramp. He's already out. Chopper's not aware of that. Had absolutely no idea that Nico could have been out of there. And that's Chopper going down. A fantastic opening move from Nico.
Really bold opening move to push all the way up ramp like that, not get spotted.
He's slapped back multiple times. Now this underpass peek for Donk does not go the way he would have intended. And Zontix, will the grenade get the job done? No, goes a little bit too deep. And Monacy with that kill has really pushed G2 into pole position. This is going to be a 5th round.
I think if you're Shiro and Magix right now, you kind of camp out at the A bomb site. Maybe the op has an angle, but you mostly play retake and just try and save these weapons at the end of the day. G2 individually looking sharp, and look at some of the plays that are being made. The Mulbs walk through smoke in that first gun round. Nico now pushing out and getting into a cubby, a very tough position to realize that someone's there.
Individual moments all over the show for G2. Shiro fends off Snacks.
Yeah, I mean, the op presence there. It looked like G2 was going to come back to Snacks for a moment. They just say, screw it. Maybe there's an M4 here. Probably not. Let's just get in and see what happens, but let's stay away from the AWP of Shiro.
And they will soon find out that B is completely empty. No one is home. And that 5th round will now be added to the tally of G2. This is a strong showing to kick things off for G2. We wondered what kind of level they would be able to bring to this game against Spirit. And so far, so good.
Now, there's a little bit of a trap set up here in a certain way, in the sense that I don't know if G2 is going to realize how much money Shiro has. Right? So there's going to be a full buy in this next round from Team Spirit, but G2 could technically in their head be thinking, we got it down to 1 player in the previous round. We just beat them here. We took some weapons away. Maybe there's a light buy, maybe there's a half buy, but it's going to be rifles across the board. Still looking real sharp in the early going of this quarterfinal to start the Esports World Cup playoffs.
This is G2's map pick of Mirage. Up next is Nuke. And if we need 3 Ancient, lies in the wings. This is a team that many predicted would have maybe not stopped at the grind over the player break like some of the older players. Many anticipated the likes of donk, Magix, etc. to keep on grinding through the break. So far, cold start in this quarterfinal.
I'm not even sure I want to call it. I mean, a cold start.
Perhaps from G2.
Yeah, I was going to say a cold start maybe in terms of the game. I'm not thinking individually nobody necessarily looks off. G2 individually looking real solid right now. Seeing some confidence in their decisions and in the plays they're making to open up rounds. And so far, they've done a pretty good job of negating the aggressive mid setups from donk and Zontix that now we've seen for the 3rd time.
Nico's going to start moving through the underpass with Hunter to gather with the rest of the G2 players who are currently executing in towards this A bomb site. donk is defending through the underpass. It is 1 from donk, effective trading from Hunter, but there's still many other obstacles that Hunter must try and get past or through. But Chopper has gone through the smoke. He can't spot a player though. Bomb is going to go down. Now Chopper ever closer, but Mob's able to take his head off. Chopper goes down behind the triple stack, and this is a tough round for Team Spirit. If Magix can bring down Mobs, if he can find this kill, then maybe it's back on, but the flash from Snacks and the easy kill from Mobs is pushing G2 further and further to a very strong T-side showing.
Yeah, they've got that honeymoon flow state. Beautiful flashbang to set up Mobs for a peak. With only 9 HP, still calling for it, still going for his plays. Zontix might be able to grab one at the end of the day. Cleans up Snacks, an exit kill as the bomb's about to explode. Mobs trying to get as far away as possible with that low HP. And Zontix comes back for more, eliminates everyone, but G2's happy to take the round win. And once again, it's Mobs with the impact.
Yeah, Mobs is really having a great quarterfinal here.
9-3 to open up Mirage.
Super impact. His Chopper could have started to unravel that, get Spirit some space in towards the bomb site. And Mobs just ends that before it even starts. Halley once again to the timeout, 2nd time within this first half that Team Spirit have had to go to the tactical timeout.
It's starting to run away from them. 4-round lead and looking pretty convincing for G2 so far. Once again, donk mostly getting negated in this kind of mid-aggression. That round goes 1 for 1.
Nico will have to play with a Galil. Everybody else on an AK-47. Team Spirit with the loss bonus have got a lovely buy here.
The strengths of Team Spirit that we normally see at the moment are getting neutralized very well. I've mentioned the aggression in middle, but also the ult from Shiro, despite having it for a number of rounds, hasn't been able to find his impact. Shiro's going to be parked with his op at the B bomb site, which allows them to shift 2 players over towards A, 2 players in middle, kind of shore up the defense at some of the weak points they've succumbed to. Once again, it's Malbs with the opening. Nico to follow up, and G2 again finds a bomb site.
They're looking so sharp right now. They're slicing right through them. And here comes donk down into sandwich, and Malbs just deals with that threat like it's nothing. Bomb goes down. Team Spirit in the bin at the moment. G2 in complete control. Another multi-kill round from Malbs. 11-3. First playoffs with G2.
And now there's finally a little bit of cash in the bank for G2 so they can go for this kind of hunt. Obviously, they still have to be careful. You don't just want to throw bodies
away from the bomb. Honestly goes into connector. Zon takes him out and will now retreat. Shiro trying to hold on to the sniper. Nico catches on, takes Shiro, goes down, and nothing saved over there for Team Spirit.
So when do you take the 3rd time out if you're Spirit? When do you say, all right, what's plan C?
I don't know. Maybe do you want to save it for the second half?
Look, there might not be. I was going to say, you might not have enough time to call a 3rd time out of the second half at this rate. Malbs is just beasting right now.
Yeah, he's in the flow state. We had Kesserado in that last game in the best of 1 gauntlet, and we seen him sort of take over the server in the first half, and we knew how impactful he could be. Malbs is having a pretty similar performance to what Kesserado was able to do earlier. And donk, I'm sure, is starting to get frustrated because his usual mid antics have been cancelled out time and time again. But he goes for it, and he wins this fight versus Snacks.
Yeah, Snacks didn't want to commit to that, but the Molotov kind of forced him into it. I think a support flash was coming, but a little bit late. Pops already after he's gone down. We've seen G2 recover 4v5s. This one's going to be tough. Nico needs to win this duel. Oh, he finds it. Finds donk jumping up, knows he's got him at a weak point, commits to the fight. And now Hunter can slide from underpass, and Zontic's not prepared, not even considering it.
Oh, well, Hunter steps back into the open, so effective trading, blow for blow. Shiro once again, evening out the numbers. Minute 10 seconds left on this clock, and G2 with 2 players positioned outside of the B bomb site, and Nico still at top mid. They've got time to play with, so they can stay composed and slow this down for G2.
Feels like Team Spirit still have a good read, though, of what G2's trying to do in this mid round. 2 players parked at that B bomb site, allowing Shiro to just play solo with the AWP, play for himself.
Ooh. It's a decision to change it up for G2. They're going to go into the underpass.
If they come back to the A bomb site, Shiro's got a smoke in his hand to create that space off of Ticket to be able to get a little bit frisky.
Yeah, then he'll have multiple angles to dance around with his AWP.
And it'd be a great time for him to step up, one of the best oppers in the world, a chance to have impact and get his team back into this game.
Chopper's got the early warning system. If the timing works out for him, he's watching towards connector. He's going to start seeing him, but look at that. He just takes a step back as G2 go into the connector, which means Shiro has no idea that they're coming in from the side, and finally, he will know now, and it must be a Shiro step up. It must be Shiro the hero, and they move in towards the site. m0NESY planting that bomb. Time is starting to tick, but G2 now secure it, and it is a 2 versus 3. If Team Spirit want to go for this, they must retake the A bomb site, and Magix is still on the B bomb site itself. He's getting ever closer back towards the murder hole. Malbs is watching it, and Shiro goes down. It is over now. G2 with 8 rounds.
Nico saying, you can have my off, covering the move up Khan out towards Catwalk, knows the Molotov would force any player into the open, and all the correct decisions being made by G2.
Malbs just going for that. He is damn close through that wall with the jump shot on up. Magic's just hiding around the corner, desperately trying to hold on to this M4, and it's awkward, but he's going to get it. He's going to get that M4 in the next round at least, but it is not stopping. This G2 start is incredible to watch.
Entries have been incredible from Malbs. Trade game has been incredible from G2 overall. Mid-round maneuvering has been really well done. Whether it's Snacks calling it, whether it's Nico calling something in the mid-round, G2's making all the right decisions at the moment.
Quick out middle for G2. Team Spirit throwing a little bit of B aggression into the apartments. donk not being detected in mid. G2 have all that space to play with, and they've taken it quite quickly here. heavy stack of players on the A half of the map. Here for the Team Spirit defense. Smoke will start to fade away soon. Shiro soon to be revealed. And Snacks, it's an awkward fight, but one that he will win. Chopper CZ rattles Mobs out of play. And with 1 minute and 5 seconds left, it is a 4v4. And G2 have 2 players pinned in the connector. One that Zontix feels like he can win, and he just leaps on in. 2 kills locked in with that MP9 without issue. And suddenly G2 down to 2 players.
Why the hell not? Nico biding his time out in Palace, hoping someone's going to make a mistake of jumping up. That ain't going to happen. Smoke plumes. He's going to step through, but way too much to handle on the other side of it. m0NESY going to come through to his death eventually as well. 1v3.
He's gone to the AK-47. Molotov to push out Chopper. It's another 1v1 fight for m0NESY, and he is starting to win this one. Magix is dancing to safety. Has to get out of there, and you know you have to respect the man on the other side of this. m0NESY, there's a flank coming in on that backside he's got to worry about, and I don't think he's focused on that whatsoever. Magix just keeps him distracted, keeps him pinned, and Zontix comes around the back.
Individually, G2 players just controlling all the fights and situations that they're put in. Spirit players on the back foot, looking for their 4th round going into the halftime break. They haven't been able to slow this down at all. Their round wins are like hanging on by their fingertips. This is desperation. Look at this jump around. Tired of waiting for Snacks to peak with low HP, and finding Hunter is just a gift. Can't react in time to the play.
Honestly, they get 4 rounds in this half for Spirit. I think that's probably more than they deserve with the kind of performance here. That'll actually not be the worst outcome whatsoever for Team Spirit.
No, and the crazy thing about it is they actually played this half, Spirit, so smart and so good with their economy. They had a lot of full buys in this half. They had a lot of rounds with Shiro with an AWP, a lot of rounds where they had rifles and utility. Just not able to come out on top of anyone. This isn't G2 just running off to this half, controlling the money in such a dominant fashion. Just tactically and individually winning this game.
Hunter once again on a MAC-10, and we've already seen him be able to get impact with that MAC-10 in this first half. He's out towards top mid. His job just to try and disrupt donk. Donk will not be happy. Performance here, but Nico absolutely will be. Through that Palace smoke, second on the entry from Nico. He is starting to feel it through Palace, and Magix, he hasn't had a lot to do inside of this B-bomb site, but here comes m0NESY now to deal with him. Magix slightly progressed forward, and m0NESY caught. So 1 kill back here for Spirit. They're still in a player deficit, and I think Mobs realizes we've got 2 entries on that A site. We might as well bring that bomb away.
I don't even mind the idea from G2. Again, we're seeing them try and kind of take advantage of where they think the rotation is going away from. 2 kills at the A bomb site. You think someone's going to leave B. Look at Chopper's push. He's got 1 more. And Mobs is stuck with the bomb.
Yeah, he can't get out here. This is big from Chopper to push up top middle. This actually throws a spanner into the works for G2. This well-oiled machine starting to grind to a halt, but Nico, he's found the piece needed. He'll fix it up. 45 seconds, Chopper down. Donk and Magix left in this 2v3. Team Spirit desperately hoping that they can force their way to a 4th CT round. Otherwise, 9-3 will ring out in this first half of play.
And Snacks is already calling out the A-bomb site's clear. He's going all the way to CT spawn. So Mobs chucks out a top con smoke deep from T spawn, and he'll find an easy pathway in as nobody from Team Spirit can actually stop him. Donk gonna break the smoke. Try and come right through. Nothing available to fight on the other side of that. Nico lurking in middle, might find 1 more.
He opened up the round, and now Nico looks to close. Creeping ever closer. That smoke keeps them pinned in the connector, and the timing will be beautiful here for Nico. Opens the end of the half and looks to shut it out with a Magix killing connector. Nico cannot do so, so Magix alone. He's got a smoke, a flash.
Snack setting up a flash right now as well.
He'll dive down to so many positions he's got to think about, but it's all about CT for G2. Magix blinded, perfect flash, and a fantastic first half in this quarterfinal from G2, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely, and you've got to give credit over to Mobs. He got this team rolling in the right way with entry after entry to open up this half, and then Nico's just gladly catching up to him as the half goes on. Everything worked perfectly for G2, and what a beautiful, beautiful T-side they just demonstrated.
Coming into the quarterfinals, it was a question of were they ready, but G2 come out hot in this first half.
لحظات البداية عاشت معنا. كنا نحسبها وقت للتسلية بس. نحسبها بس ذكريات.
عبود أعطي أختك اليد يا ولد.
ابتكرنا فيها ابتكارات، وإذا بغينا قلبناها خرافات. كنا نحسبها بس لمة وصحبة وسهرات.
انتبه نوب ترى نوب.
لكن كنا نشوف عالم ما حد يشوفه.
ليته يشغل وقته بشيء يفيده.
الله عليك على اليد صوت.
عالم كبر وعاش فينا. عالم الحماس فيه يوصلك كل مرة لحلم أصعب، بس ما يصعب عليك. بارد معك وين ما تروح.
An unexpected turn of events here at the Esports World Cup. We have got G2 ahead in significant fashion against Team Spirit. 9-3. And I've got to say, it's really nice to see G2 back on Mirage playing like this.
Yeah, I mean, that was the question I kind of posed when we came into it, is it feels like G2 should be an excellent Mirage team. Haven't been playing it for a while, and what's it going to look like, and are they going to be able to bring this map into their pool and be scary on it? I didn't expect this. I didn't expect any of this whatsoever.
It's absolutely crazy to think about the fact that G2 could walk away. If they win this pistol, they have a great opportunity to close out this first map very quickly indeed.
Man, they just worked Spirit on this map in the first half.
And in particular, Mulbs was a big part of that. He has a chance to unleash these dual Berettas in the pistol. Here they come around the corner. It's one from Mulbs. Big shot from donk. And he won't be denied. A good start in the second half. Shiro coming in with him. And a reminder of the firepower that Team Spirit have available.
Yeah, tough fight for Mulbs there. He was turning from a flashbang as well, and then donk just unleashes all of his fury upon G2 in this pistol round. Triple kills so far with those recovered dualies, and Snacks has nothing to do but hope and pray that this 5-7 can stay in his hands. Nice quick pistol round. Team Spirit get to 4. And G2 can't rest back on their laurels after that half.
No. If G2 can get 9 rounds on the T side based on these individuals, then Spirit easily can too. You know, there's a possibility there with the amount of firepower they've got on the squad.
And so much conversation, obviously. I mean, donk as an entry is going to be a force, and if he starts heating up in this second half, it can be really, really dangerous. You combine that with the fact how much respect you all have to have with Chopper's in-game leading and calling for Team Spirit. Yeah, they can return that same level of pain and inflict that same level of pain on G2. And we'll see what happens when the guns come out. For now, G2 going to sit back with a single P250 picked up. I love it. You always have money for a P250. No matter the situation. Okay, well.
Yeah, well, you know, it
doesn't always work,
that's
you know?
That's why it's good, because it doesn't really hurt if you lose it instantly either. There's a peek around the corner. Donk and Chopper making money with that MAC-10. And it will be 9-5. 4 rounds now separate G2 and Team Spirit. This is a quarterfinal here at the Esports World Cup. It's a format, if you're loosely following at home, it is a unique format. We don't have many formats like this throughout the Counter-Strike circuit. We did have the opening best of 3 games. And this is why both of these teams are here. They won their opening BO3, they're straight into the quarterfinals. And then you have the gauntlet run of best of 1 survival today. One team won that, and it's Furia. So they'll move into the playoffs as well. But from this point onwards, it's lose and go home, Jason, which is intense.
Intense, but everyone's going to be used to it as the playoffs begin. pair of rounds from Team Spirit to open up this second half. Close the gap to just 4. 9-5, m0NESY. Window peek with the flashbang, smokes up in his face. Utility exchange in middle. The auto shotty on Snacks.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, Snacks back in the shotguns. I mean, this throws you right back. And not the start Snacks would have hoped for. It's starting to get tagged up, and yeah, now they kind of know he's there. So
do they hear that?
Here, it's hard. They seem very fixated on it, Jason. I'd imagine so.
Snacks is so
Snacks
scared.
has to get out of there.
Zontix will hear that drop out. He's calling the comms over, but would they expect him being boosted up? Little bit of utility. This is a lot of pressure being applied to the B bomb site as the opening gambit from Team Spirit.
Hunter's just trying to distract to hopefully get the eyes off of that ninja spot, but he goes back up for a spray down at Zontix and donk, both dead at B, and this is throwing a curveball to Team Spirit.
What a gift of timing when he decides to make that play just as they're throwing the flashes. But Nico had to back off middle, which opens this avenue up for Chopper.
Nico is looking towards murder hole. He's got eyes on this possibility, but Chopper comes around that corner, and that MAC-10 shreds through Nico. Now Hunter has to look towards Chopper, and this is freeing up that apartments push and short. Magic's coming in. Can Snacks get the job done with the XM1014 up on Ninja? Chopper still fragging. That shotgun comes out for one. Shiro quick to reply, and it's all on Mulbs. A 1v2. And it's going to be difficult to get out of the market here. Shiro inside of the site, no kid on the back of Mulbs. One flashbang and 2 players. They'll be looking directly at him. Flash goes into the side. Chopper's the first test, and he will smash Mulbs open. Great recovery there for Spirit.
What a huge impact from Chopper. I mean, that's just the fact that so much pressure is being applied to the B bomb site early on makes Nico feel that pressure when he's listening to the comms, when he's hearing Snacks is tagged up down to like 15 HP. He starts to cheat, leaves window room, and gives himself a chance to have a very, very fast rotate if there is a set piece coming in. And the fact he's got no head armor is just brutal. Hunter can't handle anything after the fact. Dinked up by Chopper, cleaned up. Snacks stuck inside the bomb site. And that's a very impactful round from Team Spirit's captain.
Look how fast they're closing this gap. You know, 9-6 right now. It's about to be 9-7 unless there's some big deagle moments out of G2.
Well, moving forward in the next round, you're going to have to contend with m0NESY's AWP. That's going to come out next as the losing bonus is maxed out at 3,400.
He's having a slower game by his standard, right? He hasn't been able to get that same level of impact.
Well, he wasn't needed in the first half at all, right? Like Mulbs with all the openings, the amount of saves that Team Spirit just had to swallow because there were no other options with how clean G2 took bomb sites. m0NESY didn't really have a whole lot of chances to get involved in all the action he normally does.
He'll be required more in this second half now as donk is heating up. Mulbs down. And there is to be some magic from a deagle. It would be this man to get it. Nico starts things off with a headshot on donk. Snacks trying to focus on Palace. Magic's making his way out. Zontix has been dropped low. He's on 1 health again. Snacks is still under the wood. He's trying to be a nuisance here. He's climbing up the ladder. m0NESY's down. And they're looking for Snacks. They think it's clear, and this deagle gets an extra kill. Good trading from Zontix. Fantastic swing. And really stops Snacks from making that one become a disaster for Team Spirit. So bomb is going to go down. And it is 9-7.
Yep, Hunter will save his armor and helmet as well, so he can have a full purchase in the next round. Gonna get into a position where potentially he can get an exit kill and get a free upgrade, so putting himself in a little bit of danger to lose that armor, but the reward would be lovely. And all of a sudden, Spirit's back into it, but a huge test coming up next. (9-7). Chopper fragging in the previous round and calling a good half so far. That smoke's not gonna, ooh, it might, oh, it goes a little too deep, but he's got another one. Oh, beautiful pair of double kills. I think the bomb even might have blown that M4 closer to him as well.
It also softened up the opponent, so you needed less bullets with a 5-7, so that's huge right at the end. Double steal away. Decent amount of damage considering what was purchased into this round for G2. But I think Spirit will be happy about how they've closed this gap. And you mentioned the m0NESY AWP. Well, it's now purchased. It's now arrived on the server. And it can be a game changer. We know it can be. We've seen it so many times. As could be the way for G2 to extend their lead. Nico pushing forward, goes through the fire. He's up top mid now, just on the side of that smoke, but it's about to be an execute into this A site for Team Spirit. No one home either, really. You've got Mulbs at stairs. That's the closest player. They're going to be all behind these smokes.
Yeah, wanted to make sure they could secure middle, and they have indeed. But how aggressive do they want to be hustling back? Smoke's going to break open. Mulbs is blind, though. Comes clear just as the smoke breaks. Perfect pickoff. 5-on-4 for G2, and utility is spent for the Team Spirit side.
It works out nicely on timing there from Mulbs. He unable to get much more done because that kill in return from Shiro. Nico battling back, and it is even trading blow for blow. Team Spirit have donk fighting CT, and he will lose his duel against Snacks. Bomb is not down for Team Spirit. This is an uncomfortable spot now. Zontix is up in Palace, but Magix is pinned at Firebox with the bomb on his back.
Big test for G2. Let's see what their composure is like, because the longer this quiet goes on, the longer that Team Spirit just kind of chill and wait and be patient, the more G2 is going to be playing without information and wondering where exactly Team Spirit is headed. Nico's low on HP, Snacks at about half health. It's the up on m0NESY, who can have the real impact, and he's got one.
It's the bomb down as well. 30 seconds remaining here. Zontix in the middle of the A bomb site. So many angles he has to worry about. He wants to get ever closer to jungle. 20 seconds. Nico tucked in the left. He's got a perfect spot to deal with Zontix. And that is 10 rounds for G2. As soon as they get the rifles out here on the CT side, back to winning ways.
And 3 players alive as well, so no stress in terms of the economy. Well controlled from G2 down the stretch. Got a little bit sketchy, got a little bit weird at times, but they manage it very, very well. This smoke break, perfect. When you're playing retake, to grab that 1 kill on the entrance is everything. And delay the take long enough for utility to subside. m0NESY will be tested. Execute coming at the A bomb site. 4 players for Spirit positioned in Palace and a ramp.
Utility is fantastic, but m0NESY doesn't care. Even though a flashbang in his face, he's still able to strike straight through donk. Committed fight from Mulbs. He stays fighting on ramp, and m0NESY comes in to pick up the scraps. It's Magix has gone down. m0NESY, he has arrived in a big way. That sniper in his hands is devastating for this Team Spirit attack. They all get stopped at Tetris and ramp, and they do not get close to that A side at all.
Man, like, you get a little bit of everything out of m0NESY, right? Holding the angle, he even getting blinded, has the timing on the shot, while running sideways, chucks out a perfect HE grenade out towards Tetris. Then you see him get into an assertive mode. Then you see him get aggressive into the bomb site and make sure that Team Spirit stays pinned down at the top of A ramp. They can do nothing. There's no space to work with. There's nowhere to go after that.
G2 getting ever closer. It's about to be map point because Team Spirit are down to Glocks and 1 Deagle in the hands of donk. This is about to be G2 up 12-7 on the opening game of the quarterfinals. This is the map pick of G2.
Ooh.
It is going swimmingly. Snacks to peek out again. Couldn't get away from donk's Deag.
Pretty good nade, though, and follow-up utility from Hunter closes access to the B bomb site, but it has lured a few players of G2 over. Mobs got tested at the A bomb site. Chopper snuck all the way up and did massive damage with a Glock. So the defense has to be passive, and you can't keep that cheat and that lean towards the B side of the map because he's so low on HP. G2 choosing to keep control of middle. Nico has pushed underpass, looking for the drop down, the reposition from Spirit's attack. He'll have a fast flank if needed.
m0NESY, oh, he nearly gets back despite having poor timing. Player does drop down into his default. Hunter hasn't moved off B, and that AK-47 for donk is able to trade him out. Nico on that quick flank, though. He's been coming through that underpass for quite some time, and now arrives at the apartments. Bomb plant is huge already for Spirit. Now it is donk with a 1v3. They know where he is. They're throwing everything they've got at him, and m0NESY closes him out. Taz very happy about the fact his squad have now reached map point on Mirage.
This is the best feeling as a coach when you're watching these kinds of retakes and everyone's being patient, everyone's playing together, the retakes are well coordinated, everyone's making sure they use their utility appropriately to make things a little bit easier. And it's all flowing so smooth for G2, and there's that 3rd and final timeout out of Spirit. They closed the gap, but G2 just shot back ahead, and now they've got 5 chances to close out their map pick in this series.
And we wonder when that next timeout will be used by Team Spirit. Obviously, at the last chance. So Halley having his say for the final time in regulation. Unless G2 decide to go for it, there's somewhat of a comeback from Team Spirit. But at least they get to go to battle here with AKs. One Galil in the hands of Chopper.
And plenty of nades, plenty of utility to work with. m0NESY in the ladder room. Moves out towards Catwalk. Utility exchange in middle, but no one from Spirit has crossed over to the top mid boxes as those Molotovs and nades rain in. Oh, m0NESY, maybe too many options to look at, and Chopper again, with the impact for Spirit, has a nice double kill. m0NESY and Nico down to his Galil.
Chopper's given the weakest weapon, but is able to find the strongest hold in the round. Smoke is in a connector. Chopper will continue to play with that, looking to be a nuisance for G2. Bomb is going towards the B bomb side. Chopper rips apart Mulbs, and he ain't stopping until forcibly stopped by Hunter. The bomb now making no secret about where it's going, and Snax is lying in wait on this side of the map, ready to deal with the threat. Magic's walking right into him. Effective swing from Shiro. Now Hunter's arrived to the party, but he cannot get it done. Shiro is quick on those shots, and that is Spirit surviving at least another round here.
Yeah, but another solid round from Chopper. I like this is just him providing 2 openings and then obviously grabbing a third and just kind of mopping up the round.
Had a great first half as well, Chopper.
He's had the biggest rounds for Team Spirit throughout this entire game. Probably 3 of them so far.
Yeah, absolutely, so much impact from Chopper. This is the timeout used for G2. This is their 3rd timeout as well. They've used all of those up at this point.
It makes sense. It's their last buy, and they're just saying, let's close this out now. Let's come up with this plan. Yeah, let's not have to worry about saving a round or 2. Let's not worry about Team Spirit clawing back into this. Shut it down right here and now. $16 kills on Mulbs and Nico apiece. But it's Chopper to lead the server with 18 frags.
As you mentioned, G2 have the solid buy out of their timeout. m0NESY continues to wield the AWP, and Nico, one out middle, drops back into connector and receives a lot of damage early on. Nico is not going to be happy about that. 48 health left. Grenades perfectly land towards his feet. And that window smoke either disrupted or missed, as m0NESY is now looking for this mid-fight. Chopper has crossed out towards his top boxes. m0NESY will be aware of that possibility. m0NESY just hoping he can catch a good timing towards top mid, but as he moves away, the squad of Team Spirit leave top mid and start to add a few members outside of the B bomb site, and Snax is getting
so bold,
a little bit inquisitive. And he's going to push right through that smoke. It is bold, but it has been stopped.
Well, they've rotated Nico over as well in anticipation of that play. So if there was something coming right after that pickoff, there's still 2 defenders here. And maybe you can confuse things. They need a hold from Mulbs. He's got 1 and disappears into the smoke.
He gets away, climbs up those stairs to safety, but the Nico-Hunter combo, the family bond, looking to hold down this B bomb site. It's Nico with a kill on Zontix, avenges his fallen teammate. He's staying alive. He's being a real problem right now, and Nico drops donk. That's the bomb down. 24 seconds. Panic stations now for Team Spirit. Shiro has to go to the sidearm, and he does so quickly, taking Nico out of this. But remember the time. 15 seconds left. Shiro now with a bomb in his hands, and he's going for shots, but it's once again down, and Magix now has to do absolutely everything with limited time. He can't stop them. G2 come out swinging in the quarterfinal, and they've got Mirage. They've got the first map, and Spirit are certainly shocked.
Yeah, you have to be. What a good showing from G2 on Mirage. Beautiful calling. and a solid defense. They eke it out, and Team Spirit, even though they closed the gap, they could just never get it close enough to overtake G2. But this is all about that opening half, setting the tone. Malbs was, and I think it's also got to be, Spirit's probably coming out of that Mirage and being like, well, they actually kind of destroyed all the things that we like to do. Those mid setups with Donk and Zontix that are so effective against so many teams were neutralized. They still had some impact. They still had a couple rounds of where they went 1 for 1, 2 for 2, but overall G2 is going to be happy eliminating that part of the defense. I mean, outplaying Team Spirit down the stretch in some of these rounds. So now on Nuke, you want to use your experience as a team if you're Team Spirit to kind of really confuse the protocols that aren't quite in place yet for G2.
It's going to be a Team Spirit heavy attack into the ramp room. Malbs and Monacy. The double combo. Eminem ready to try and shut this one down, and it is an opening kill here for Team Spirit off the back of Zontix. Snax has come over to try and assist Monacy. It's Snax on the double, Monacy following up, and Donk getting 2 in this pistol. It is still a 2v2 off the back of those fights, and Team Spirit now leaping down lower to try and get a bomb plant at a minimum here, but Hunter's very quick to rotate. He's at the double doors. He's
going to have to make some really good decisions here. Oh, they're going to try and double peek him. Dooley's not fast enough. Donk gets just past the crosshair. Easy dispatch, and Nico is a little bit far away. How does he want to play this bomb? Being planted down the vents, he goes silently.
It was a fake plant, so that's actually given extra seconds from Nico and allows him to get ever closer to the bomb site. So his chances have increased slightly now to try and win this, but he has been detected in towards double doors. And he's worried about Donk inside of the site, who has got himself 3 kills in this pistol round. No kit for Nico.
No, and I think getting spotted that early really hurts, and Donk is playing this very, very smart. He's waiting for Chopper's contact, no reason to even peek, and Chopper's holding an angle where Nico is committed and can't get away.
Nico's doing everything he can, but he's just not getting these opportunities, and as soon as Donk sees his opponent, it's Chopper to swing out from ramp, and a fantastic pistol round there from Donk, and Team Spirit pick up the first.
And a really good clear from Donk and Chopper to take control of control side, sorry about that, to take control of those double doors and clear that out before trying to plant the bomb. If Hunter's allowed to remain there, that's one position Nico doesn't have to worry about on any kind of rotation, and you have it with Nico, so that kind of elimination of that part of the map is critical to winning the pistol round for Spirit.
Yeah, scout here for Snax coming in. There's an investment coming through here for G2. They're going for force. Monacy's going to get that scout that Snax purchased, and that leaves $900 extra in the bank from Monacy. Obviously want to get him on the AWP as quickly as possible. Even got a little flash there at the end, so make that 700 left over for Monacy. Nico heading outside. Going to wield this deagle to devastating effect. A couple of players who will soon come through secret. Monacy's watching the cross on over. So if there's a heavy commitment here, Jason, the setup from G2 looks like it could be a bit of a threat to Team Spirit.
Absolutely. Here comes the utility, trying to gate some of these positions. Nico needs 1 with the, oh baby, give him 2. Hot hand, heat check on the peak.
It is devastating from Deagle. Nico, there we go again. And Malbs Deagle in that. All 5 players stay up for G2. When Nico brings out the Deagle, you know there's a chance, and everybody else capitalizes. That was a 6 CT setup to deal with outside.
Oh my lord, that's a horrible start to your map pick after dropping Mirage in the fashion they did. Look at him take his time and line him up, and that springs everyone out. Then comes the stairs peak, then comes the 5-7 from Snax. All across the board, G2 shuts him down.
It's going to fire them up right away here at the start of the CT side. Team Spirit going for a buy of their own. Back into it, this time with P250s, Tech 9, a Galil on Donk. It's not a pretty force buy here for Team Spirit. 2 smokes are up. They have limited utility. That's all they have, really. 1 smoke left on Magic, so they're going to move on the smoke straight away.
Cleared.
It's going to fade away. Nico! He could get a multi. Only manages 1, but it's sure a lot of damage onto Magics, but that's not the worst outcome for Team Spirit.
It looked like that was going to be a disaster for Team Spirit, but I think Nico's probably more frustrated at the smoke fade than Spirit was not ready for that timing of so many bodies coming over. Also just caught that glimpse of that first player cross at a secret, so weird angle to try and adjust to.
At least G2 know they've got them trapped in secret, but that smoke does change the game slightly.
I think Monacy can still see just around the edge of that to see if they fall back. Although he has changed his position.
The bomb is on Chopper at red, so that's the biggest problem here. Hunter, he'll be playing down With this MAC-10, he's got the help of Malbs on the stairway. The only player with a rifle is here for Spirit, and it's gone. Hunter is loving the MAC-10 in this quarterfinal. 2 kills locked in. And Chopper and Shiro now are the only players standing, and they've got nothing worth talking about. This is going to be a G2 start with 2-1. And money broken for Team Spirit.
Yep, they're going to have to sit around out, and that allows G2, especially with 3 MAC-10 kills on Hunter, to build up some bank to sustain some future struggles. Just a wonderful start again from G2, this time on the CT side.
There's a smoke fade. Just a bit awkward for Nico because he wanted to take out donk first. And he had just got around the corner before he was able to take him out. So it's full blocks here for Team Spirit. It's going to be pretty frustrating for Team Spirit. You know, you've just lost Mirage in the fashion that you did versus G2. You win the pistol, and you're hoping that maybe you can get the ball rolling quickly on your T side of Nuke. And immediately G2 stand up with a massive force buy win. Malbs could really farm the cash here, or not so much the cash, but just the kills, because they're coming towards it. M4 at the ready. He decides not to be overrun or overwhelmed by those blocks. So drop on down to lower and let m0NESY deal with this threat. And the scout with that grenade, it's a perfect combo to allow the instant kill on Chopper. Nico holding down Mouse 1, and it's 2 extra kills in his back pocket.
Yeah, good Nico's there. That scout, not a whole lot of stopping power, obviously cleaning up a damaged player. m0NESY's still going to be cautious about anyone wrapping around. Donk and Zontix both just stuck with a Glock. So it'll be 3-1 for G2, off to a really good start, not taking a whole lot of damage in these past 2 rounds, building up money. Yeah, poised to spring this into a dominant CT half.
And that's another great thing about winning a force buy round with all 5 players staying alive.
Oh, and just
a huge amount of money.
Just the mental warfare aspect of it as well. That's got to be so frustrating for Spirit.
Oh, and that's pretty nice from m0NESY.
We'll take that. Good 5-7. Triple kill from m0NESY in the round. And guns, rifles back in the hands of Team Spirit.
Well, the majority of the talent team, and I'm sure many of the people at home watching, predicted Spirit to be champions of this event. I don't think many people would have had G2 knocking them out in the first round of the playoffs.
Listen, I'll give him a shout out. Stunna did pick it.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think asking him to explain his logic behind it would be a different question. I mean, look, I think the realistic reason of why so many people went with Spirit as one of the best teams is, I mean, G2 with the roster changes, hard to quantify and kind of predict. You're kind of banking on this kind of honeymoon run out of them. FaZe as well, a team with the reputation of kind of slow starts in various points, and they had their own struggles towards the end of the season. Vitality seems to be having a few struggles here and there as well. The other team I think you'd put up there that not a lot of people picked is MOUZ.
Yeah, and I feel like MOUZ, you know, they had a really good season last season, but maybe didn't finish as strong, whereas Team Spirit won the last event before the break. And this could be breaking point for them. They're going to be charging in towards the upper bomb site. Snacks in the Raptor, gets ripped off first. Missed shot from m0NESY. Can he recover it? He's going to the pistol instead, and enough distraction set up for the rest of the cavalry to arrive here for G2. And Hunter decides they are not getting through this A bomb site while he's still alive. And Chopper, well, his teammates are gone, and he's stuck at ramp.
It looked like there was some potential there when the opening kill comes out from Chopper. Excuse me, not Chopper, Magix. But shut down very quickly. m0NESY staying alive inside the bomb site, gives time for Hunter to spring into action. Foot spotted, toes spotted, easy kill. Now this is dangerous. Look at the HP on Hunter. He is an easy 1 HP kill. He's got to tuck himself into a corner somewhere and just make sure that Chopper won't clear him out. 25 seconds on the clock. They still think he's upper.
Well, Chopper having the bomb is brilliant.
So Nico and Hunter at some point are going to join up and likely retake from the same position, and Hunter is just going to have wide spacing to run in with 1 health and reveal the position of Chopper for Nico.
Well, door swings open a decon. Hunter lucky to not be caught there, but distraction is enough to pull the attention away and let Nico come down ramp to save the day.
Now they have plenty of time. Nico's going to run back into the upper bomb site, pick up m0NESY's op, so this defuse is going to take a second. But that's G2 up 4-1 now. Defense is looking solid, and a really good hold from Hunter with the double kill. And as we've seen in past events, past maps, when Hunter starts having a great game, G2 hits final boss level.
There's so much depth when that happens.
Yeah, you really see the potential of how deep this roster can go.
He survives on 1 HP as well after all of those fights. And m0NESY, I'm sure, is very happy that Hunter had a big round there because m0NESY misses the initial shot, doesn't quite find himself in a comfortable position to get a follow-up chance.
No, but the way he dances around those silos, right? So much attention is focused on him. You have one player parked at hut boxes. You have another player kind of coming out of hut in the Molotov, swinging to try and take him out of that position to create that space. And everyone focusing on him allows, I don't remember who it was, from Heaven to be able to get the kill on the player coming out hut. It allows Hunter to kind of wrap around from Mini watching Squeakdoor to trade off the player by hut. And all of a sudden the defense is solid again. So just staying alive in that situation for m0NESY is wonderful.
And look at Team Spirit's purchase. They've got $1,000 average on the majority here. Chopper going for the big investment, getting that Tech 9 out. An AK on donk. Magic's with the Galil, and they're setting up once again for this top site. They felt like there was some potential there. And m0NESY this time, the first chance he will strike straight through, and Snacks will not fall off the rafters this time. It is Zontix and Shiro left in a 2 versus 5, and Team Spirit bash their heads against the wall, and they've kind of knocked themselves out here. It's going to be a 5-1 lead for G2 on the CT side.
And I'll just bring it up again to the money. Like no kills, no damage done in this round. Last round was 2 players surviving, Hunter and Nico, but still the cash continues to grow for this defense. So Team Spirit is going to have to work this T side the hard way. You're going to have to grind this economy down with multiple round wins in a row to get any easier rounds in front of you.
The only round they've won is the pistol.
Yeah.
It's the only round they've been able to find on this T side so far.
Now rifles will come back out. We'll see what Chopper can come up with.
And this is a really interesting point. I was listening to Hawker talking about the CT side potential of G2 in the future and how exciting it could be. And I mean, it really makes sense. You just think about how many great players you've got across the board in this squad. The CT sides can be just devastating if they get off to a hot start like this.
When you consider like the mobility and the critical positions of being guarded by m0NESY and by Nico, yeah, it's going to be dangerous. Malbs gets a little bit aggressive over towards ramp room, tries to catch him sleeping, but Zontix is ready for it. Nobody's really close by to pick that up, so ramp is a little bit of a sore spot for G2 right now. And m0NESY coming over so late, does he really want to peek into it? Yes, he does.
It's a bold position for Nico, one that donk will deal with. That'll put Spirit ahead on players. Remember, Hunter's also very low.
A couple of risks being taken by G2 in this round that have both been punished. The Malbs push and the Nico positioning, which obviously can be very, very strong and catch you off guard, but beautiful precision from donk.
From the Team Spirit perspective, you can't let this one go. You cannot let this one slip.
No, but the scary thing at the moment is because they're being so patient and they're looking for this kind of a play, this is what they want to find and catch. You can see Magic's looking for this, Zontix kind of hiding over towards Squeakdoor, but if it goes the other way, you've been patient long enough for G2 to dictate the round.
Oh, it's just Hunter being sent in there, low HP, bad timing for Snacks to climb up on top, and m0NESY now left in a position where he can't do much about the outcome of the round, but with that 1 kill on Shiro, he's going to go have a little look at Heaven. He's got plenty of utility in his belt, but I think when he gets spotted from top height, he's not too happy with that. A good read on this main push, but he misses the shot. donk able to take him out, and finally, Team Spirit able to get around on the board other than the pistol.
The AWP is retrieved as well, so that'll be passed over to Shiro for a new element mixed into this T side. You can now have Shiro outside in a supportive fashion with the AWP, letting your rifles take some space and then looking for picks towards the yard.
Shiro's currently 0-7, so getting the AWP in his hands is going to hopefully change that fact, get him into this game.
We mentioned on Mirage, though, his AWP on Mirage didn't have impact either on the CT side. Had it plenty of times. A little bit of a quiet day for Shiro. Gonna pick towards ramp room. Deep smoke is gonna block off his vision.
Molotov starting to spread towards Snacks, but he's found Sanctuary for the time being on the edge. And he'll go back to the middle of the top hut. Smoke starts to fade away at Squeaky Door. In just a few moments. Nico smoked out. No, not to overstep the mark, and that is going to be very frustrating for donk. He's usually the one dishing that kind of maneuver out, but gets a taste of his own medicine. Nico through the smoke.
That angle knowledge from Nico. a sidestep and knows it perfectly. A good little freebie to give your team an advantage. And it's happened so soon, the smoke wall from Spirit doesn't even get utilized. Nobody's able to cross over, and there are no smokes left. You can challenge and try and peek dry to cross over, look for the fight, but m0NESY's got that angle.
Ooh, it's a real tight angle from m0NESY. And they actually do get down secret with 2 players now, so they're going to try and maneuver with that. Team Spirit have 40 seconds remaining in this round. Magic supplying pressure to the back of the A bomb site. m0NESY's been called over to try and help A. Not getting too much done, and in the meantime, it's all about the lower play through Decon. NiKo's calling for Mulbs to turn back and have a look here, but are they going to be ready for NiKo? Big shot from Shiro. Great reactions. And m0NESY's worried about multiple positions now. The ramp push coming in. Missed shot from m0NESY. Can it recover? No scope. On towards Magic's, but he couldn't get the multi-kill out of it. And Hunter's just waiting for that plant to come in. 10 seconds. Swings that door. Save plant around the back of the cylinder. And Zontic's defense his teammate upon the push of Hunter. It's all on Snax now, baby. And he's got that kill on Zontix. A 1 versus 1 up against Shiro Sniper waiting at Decon. Both players have been damaged, Shiro more significantly so. And Snax does not have a smoke. That would be very helpful in this kind of situation. Shiro just biding his time, and we wanted impact. And as soon as that AWP comes into his hands, Shiro is on the board.
Yeah, really nice double kill. The clearance of the first, and then obviously being able to find Snax at the end, and that's exactly where he's so strong. His clutch ability of Shiro is lovely. Very, very poised, and it's an easy kill at the end of the day. But taking out a m0NESY, I believe, was the massive kill to make their way into that lower bomb site. Good round from Team Spirit. As we just saw, remember, converting to 4v5 as NiKo takes down donk through the smoke. And finally, Team Spirit have got it at a good position for themselves. They've chewed through so much of that cash, 2 rounds in a row, and G2's at a breaking point. They've already got Mulbs at a deagle. They're missing a lot of utility, but they've still got the op on m0NESY. They've still got an M4 on NiKo.
m0NESY's going towards Secret this time. Wants to combine with NiKo. No, and this is looking good for Shiro. m0NESY actually got the shot off first. Shiro does not even send one back in response. This fight is very intriguing. donk versus NiKo in and around these outside smokes. donk decides he wants to go towards Secret. Couple of steps being made now. He's going to drop down. Just have a look, see if you can jump over that scope of m0NESY. But not detecting him as we now reach the 1 minute mark. Team Spirit look to challenge the deagle, and this is the weak point in the defense, Jason.
There's nobody close by. I think NiKo might actually be able to shift pretty quickly. He's over at lockers, but that requires Mulbs to stay alive long enough for him to be able to get into the fight. There is a Molotov if he has the time to deploy it, if he has the safety to deploy it.
He gets out of there, he doesn't die. But he is put under a lot of pressure and forced down into the lower site. m0NESY's here at double doors.
Yeah, but this opens up the avenue for donk to move through Secret.
Here goes Mulbs Deagle, peeks on out, big headshot, seconds, even better, and we called it the weak point, but it is a strong link from Mulbs. Shot back from Shiro. m0NESY's hitting shots, but it's not enough to bring down donk, but it's the only player left, and it's not a round that donk can even get involved in. What a step up from Mulbs.
How pissed do you have to be if you're Spirit? This is the second time you've stubbed your toe against a deagle double kill. First NiKo in round 2, now Mulbs again steps up, and donk could do nothing to save that rifle. 6-3.
That is so frustrating for Team Spirit. But
All
beautiful
smiles.
work from Mulbs. That is so sick. He's under so much pressure, and that deagle just rings true.
Oh, good find from Snax. He was looking for that lurk for a long time, and Zontix obliged with the follow-up on Chopper. G2 looking good, but this is still close enough for Team Spirit to make this a solid half from them. It's not out of it just yet. But sir, you have to feel like frustration is building after Mirage. Losing against the low buy in round 2. Now losing again, essentially, I mean, the one deagle just having massive impact. It's got to be frustrating.
And that deagle will be a sign to them that they were so close to finally breaking that money apart and getting into this first half in a strong way. But now look at the purchase, Jason. Again, Tech-9s, Galils, more common than the AK, which has found itself in the hands of donk. Mulbs gets another weapon to play with. This time he's slowly going up the ladder. He's got an MP9. He tried this once before, NiKo. Didn't work out. Maybe this time he can catch out Chopper, but the in-game leader of Spirit has found the perfect corridor of cover to get towards Secret. Mobs needs to drop on out, needs to be careful. He gets caught staying committed in the open. m0NESY, oh, donk! That is so sick on the AK. That gets Team Spirit back into this. Snax and Hunter, you can't count them out yet. There's still a minute left for this to go wrong for Team Spirit.
That actually is a wild shot from donk on m0NESY's peak. And I think that's one of the areas where you want to talk about putting Mobs in kind of like a more anchory position, where I think he's probably going to have a little bit, learn a few lessons like that one of a little bit too much on that re-peak, but also he probably only does it because m0NESY's communicating that he's close by. Just punished in this round. Good job from Team Spirit with a little bit of a lower buy, cheaper buy, and still pulling out the win. Now this half gets really interesting.
Even if Mobs goes 1-for-1 there, it's not the worst if m0NESY is able to get the trade with the AWP, but it's the fact that donk just nails him so quick with the headshot.
Yeah, that's a freakish shot to slide into.
We started to hear the term from Maui, the donk slide is a maneuver that's coming out these days, you know, from analyzing his performances, and you can definitely see it on display how difficult it is to deal with sometimes. See it again here. Mobs gets caught, and then this shot. Oh, just so ready for m0NESY.
Yeah, just that quick two-step to the left after he's sliding slowly, looking for it. Brutal. Good rebuttal from Team Spirit. Once again, they've got him at a breaking point. I mean, you win this round if you're Team Spirit, and you're in prime position to tie this up, and 6 on T-side Nuke is going to be lovely, especially considering the way this has gone, especially considering losing that second round. Snax again finds safety on the edge.
Outside smokes are thrown from Team Spirit, but no one's committing behind them.
Yeah, they're faking this. They want to get a little bit of attention outside, see if you can pull the players there. This is going to be an upper execute.
And it's not the best weapon here for Snax, either an MP9. Hunter will be required to step up again. Starting to get an idea of what's coming their way, and they've got rotations now at Heaven. Team Spirit are being held at the door, and they haven't quite got the round going the way they would have liked.
Oh, you love this if you're G2. You just stalled out their attack entirely. Spirit's backed off, but you know they've thrown a wall of smokes outside. You know they've thrown a full set piece to the upper bomb site. They've got one more Molotov. You're sitting in your head as G2 and just like, this is perfect. No more utility to make these hits awkward for us.
It's trying to set up even inside of that lower bomb site to deal with a threat that could possibly come down there through outside. But it's still a commitment towards A from Team Spirit. Smoke will start to fade away soon at Squeaky Door. Snax up on top hut, spots out Magix, decides he doesn't want to get involved in that awkward fight, and there comes that last piece of utility. The molly up towards top hut, Snax is blinded. Saltix with a double kill on that entry, but a line up from Hunter. It's 2, and it's not going to be enough to make G2 feel comfortable because the 2 remaining players are on the lower part of the map. So Team Spirit put that bomb down, and it's now a 3 versus 2. And G2, if they want to go for this, it's got to be a 2v3 retake.
The way G2 rotated with 2 players down low, they didn't have any information outside, so I think they feel like they had to respect the lower bomb site just as much as the upper bomb site. And the timing on the rotation from Hunter, he was playing at the vent, but moves his position towards front hut. Would have been a beautiful crossfire with Snax. And donk's come alive with some very, very good kills on this map so far. We saw the double kill and ramp previously.
They may have had limited utility there, Jason, but it was very effective.
It was. Those flashbangs were very, very nice. The Molotov, that kind of spread down to the hut boxes as well. Nico trying to save this M4. Will be the only rifle that G2 has to work with in the next round.
Gets the AWP right at the end there as well from Nico. At least taking something into the next round for G2. But Team Spirit have definitely done a solid job at keeping this half competitive. It was starting to look a little worrying for them, but piecing together a strong performance on the T side. They could leave this half tied up at 6 each. A mag 7 for Snax. The Eagle for Mobs again. We know what he can do with it. And it's a bit quicker this this time from Team Spirit through this upper site. Good entry, flash is good for Magix. Donk even taking his own teammate out, but he makes up for it with a kill on Hunter, and Team Spirit are through the upper site.
It's a really nice call from Team Spirit, showing they understand where the economy was sitting as well. They're just like, we finally have you out of money. You don't have the Molotovs to stop this hit. You don't have the nades, the smokes to put into the choke points. So we're just going to bully you and find our way in.
Well, last round of the half, Nico and m0NESY must attempt it. Neither of them have a kit.
Miss Molotov is going to help out, though.
m0NESY
maybe not the follow-up.
Likely to get the flashes ready here for Nico through Heaven. He's hoping he can catch a player at main, and he's damn close to it, but short on the time here, G2. That smoke at Heaven's making things uncomfortable. And they're going to throw those flashes in now. Nico sends the last-ditch effort in, descending down into the site. Good trade from donk. And now m0NESY with no time left to win the round. He'll go in to pad his stats, and that will not be allowed. A 6-6 half. Team Spirit able to drag their way back after a negative start.
And I like the resilience after the first map and after the poor start to this, losing the second round, that shocking double kill from Malbs with the deagle as well. That it was primed and ready for Team Spirit to fall flat and kind of fade away. But way to fight back at the end. That's a 5-1 run to close out this first half. They've got it tied up, and they got to win the second half to stay alive here at the Esports World Cup.
لحظات البداية عاشت معنا. كنا نحسبها وقت للتسلية بس. نحسبها بس ذكريات.
عبود أعطي أختك اليد يا ولد.
ابتكرنا فيها ابتكارات، وإذا بغينا قلبناها خرافات. كنا نحسبها بس لمة وصحبة وسهرات.
انتبه نوب ترى نوب.
لكن كنا نشوف عالم ما حد يشوفه.
ليت يشغل وقته بشيء يفيده.
الله عليك على اليد صوت.
عالم كبر وعاش فينا. عالم الحماس فيه يوصلك كل مرة لحلم أصعب، بس ما يصعب عليك. بارد معك وين ما تروح.
Quarterfinal time here at EWC. That's the Esports World Cup, and we've got Team Spirit taking on G2, some of the biggest teams in the scene. And right now, Team Spirit have finally arrived to the quarterfinal. Mirage didn't seem so strong for them. The start of Nuke looked like it was going to be more of the same, but they find their footing. It did feel like towards the end of the half, donk was starting to deliver the impact we expect from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Some huge rounds over towards ramp room to kind of get them going. Was able to shut down Nico outside once or twice. Yeah, this would be a good second half as well for him on the CT side now to show some staunch defense and get Team Spirit started. They won the first pistol round but lost the second. Let's see what they can do here on the defensive pistol. Magic's with dualies close to door, and it's going to be an upper hit all day for G2.
Grenade goes in, it's going to be Magic's descending down onto m0NESY. Gets twitted out by Nico, but Chopper still fragging.
Dude.
And he shows that he's got it. Chopper with a headshot right between those eyes. And 2v3, and Chopper barely surviving, but still fighting. And he's got Zontex coming up as backup. Snax is now left in a 1v3 clutch, and it's going to be difficult. Multiple levels of elevation to deal with, and 3 players know exactly where he is. He's going to fight at heaven. Chopper swings, low HP dealt with. Maybe a little bit overkill, headshot straight through. But they really shouldn't be giving Snax any more chances here. Zontex close Tetris.
I've seen a Snax clutch.
We remember a few of those. We might be getting a reminder, a not so subtle reminder of what Snax is capable of. He's got time. He's up against Shiro. We've seen this 1v1 earlier in the first half. It was Shiro that was able to win it against Snax, but Snax is on for the 4K. He's on for the pistol win. And he decides to just sit back for a moment. Let Shiro make a move, but Shiro does not move. He stays at the back of the site. He's waiting for this.
Dang.
And what a clutch from Snax. That is so sick on the pistols. And he was so composed every step of the way.
Oh, man, that is so wonderful from Snax. Just add it to one more piece of stress that Team Spirit have to deal with.
Taz is just remembering those days.
He's thinking back to New York. He's like, yeah, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Another Snax pistol clutch. This time, he does it on a Glock. Team Spirit, they buy back. A furious force buy. Can they replicate what G2 were capable of in the first half? G2 kept all 5 players alive with a force buy on the CT side after losing the pistol round. It is quick from G2 with great utility to attack into this upper bomb site. Chopper is down. Hunter just straight through that smoke, does not care if Magix is there or not, just rips him apart. And now it is a round easily collected for G2.
Easily collected thanks to that MAC-10 from Hunter. Not shy at all about getting involved in the action. 8-6, G2 out to a lead. This force buy in the second round from Spirit does absolutely nothing. And chances are they'll have to sit out the next round and just wait for a little bit more money to fight back. G2 should be able to extend this to a 3-round lead, and then we'll see what the party's gonna look like from there.
So that's good starts in both halves here from G2. Time to try and build on this. Greatest opportunity to win the series is, of course, doing it in a 2-0 fashion. And it would be a one hell of a way to start this new roster of G2.
Yeah, it really would be. I mean, anytime you come out of the break and you get out to a hot start, that's got to feel good. And kind of, you know, that first tournament you have with the new roster, first 2 tournaments you have with the new roster, sometimes makes you, like, gives you the indication of what the ceiling can be for the team that you've put together. And I mean, look, we still got a long way to go. We're not going to have final judgment on this squad, but the early returns are looking good.
And it's exciting, entertaining Counter-Strike to watch. There's just so many players across the board that can provide you with just a beautiful moment. 1 kill from Chopper's CZ. He's going to upgrade that into a Galil. Over a minute still left in this round. G2 realize they can stay composed. starting to get ever closer to this A site. They can always go back ramp, and that's exactly what they're doing. And if they go down into the lower site, waiting for them is Zontix to control room, and he doesn't have a weapon that really strikes fear into the hearts of these G2 players. He's only got a P250. Chopper now coming down on that rotation through Hell. He's got the Galil. 30 seconds. Chopper waiting for the perfect time to dive down. He wants confirmation they are committing to this B-bomb site, and that's in fact what they are doing. They're committing to the site now. Smoke is up to allow cover to plant that bomb.
It's not. Chopper has the rifle that can win the round, but it's really on Zontix to kind of provide a little bit of a miracle of some kind of a distraction, some kind of a pick to give Chopper the opportunity to be involved in the action. At this point, I just don't think it's going to happen. Magix finds one from Decon, but overwhelming weaponry secures things for G2. 9-6, 3-round lead. And let's see what this looks like now that Team Spirit get the M4s out. Shiro's got his AWP on the CT side of Nuke.
And we know how good donk can be, how much he can dictate outside. He's got a couple of big threats on the other side that might make that difficult for him. I think Nico is kind of controlling him for a good portion of that first half outside. Hunter's still happy to wield that SMG. Smoke's dropped towards outside, but no one playing with him for G2. They're staying committed in towards this upper bomb site. It's going to be fast. It's going to be fast in towards A. And Malt just goes through in that burst. It's the Molotov that takes away Chopper. Magix only manages one in defense, and Snacks with a big turn on donk. A taste of lead and a taste of dread as G2 have attacked in towards this site with fury, and they are now up to 10 rounds on the board. Double figures in this quarterfinal, and they're one map up.
Just like Mirage, the trade game is so perfect for G2 entering into this upper bomb site. You got that X factor as well. Hunter on the MP9, able to be super mobile, coming through smokes, aggressively taking space, and a little bit of boost up to try and take some of these weapons away. Shiro's got that op deep in towards CT spawn, but what's he watching? Is he looking for this play? He's just hiding for the moment. Zontix behind the forklifts.
Oh, starting to pepper them from range, and Nico will be taken out by Zontix. And that was their chance to take something extra away from Team Spirit with no mercy. But they will save the ult for Shiro. I really haven't had to say Shiro's name a lot today. Still only 4 kills on the board for him.
No, whether it's utility or just tactically, they've been able to kind of really avoid him. But, I mean, coming through the smoke, using the pathing with that Molotov in place to just turn around the corner, and while the defender's trying to just get into safety away from the flames, he's completely open to that kind of a play. Third and final timeout used from Spirit real early. They're investing everything into this round. M4 is back in hand. Auto shotgun on Magix. This hasn't felt today like the Team Spirit that we saw ascending in the first half of the year, in the first season, coming out of the break.
But we've seen G2 play with so many different players over the last few months. All of them with a different look.
But also important to note, just different timelines for these rosters, right? Hold the phone. We'll get to that conversation later because Nico has found a huge gap in the defense. I take that back. Donk closes it real quick.
And Zontix on ramp now, looking to deal with the threat of mobs and plenty more of G2 that are coming towards him. Honesty goes down first. Well done from Zontix. That is fantastic. Bomb is dropped in ramp room. Hunter now in a 1v4 total. First that shot's good.
Got control of the bomb. Kills are everything. Take weapons away, take economy away, make them rebuy, but maybe even give yourself a chance to win it all.
I mean, currently he has 1v1 fights. They're separated, but this position from Magix, given the low HP of Hunter, you would imagine the shotgun's going to blow him away. And yeah, well, just blasts him straight through. Hunter does well to do damage towards the end there, but a fantastic ramp hold from Zontix.
Yep, that's exactly what you need from him. That's exactly what made Team Spirit so scary and so problematic in the early stages of the year was Zontix. I mean, obviously Donk. I don't want to go away from Donk. The sheer acquisition in Donk, but having a player like Zontix who can kind of anchor and play these sorts of roles and be very effective in them. And this is a beautiful double kill against players who know exactly where he is. They had the information, and he still comes out on top of 2.
More resources committed outside. Donk is going to deal with Hunter to boost m0NESY up on top of Red. That's perfect. The flash combo and the smoke being blown open reveals Nico in a compromised position, and Donk deals with the threat.
Yeah, he's starting to show off now. Looking real good, Donk, on this outside defense. Been super impactful already, definitely in this round, throughout this second half as well. And he's going to continue being a nuisance. He plays the outside yard very effectively, and for the moment, G2's out of options. Bomb is split away from the team down secret, and there's no way to get him back.
Shiro, this is a relatively easy shot for a player of his skill. Mobs crosses right into him. And G2 stalled out. So Donk, in back-to-back rounds, kind of unravels the initial play for G2. He catches Nico with all that space in the last round. This round, he takes 2 down. It stalls out G2 instantly.
I think you save here if you're m0NESY and Snacks. I think you kind of just both tuck into secret.
Yeah, there's no time to go anywhere.
If m0NESY feels like he can make it with that smoke. Save these weapons, let your teammates rebuy around you. Can drop one if you're m0NESY. You can also replenish a smoke and your nades. But it'll be 10-8. Team Spirit's now within 2.
Counter-terrorists win.
Starting to settle into the second half. A reminder of map 3 if needed is Ancient. I feel like that would be very exciting to close on.
Very good Spirit map as well. I mean, you want to talk about trademark. The Donk and Zontix play on Mirage that sort of got negated, but they're different beasts on Ancient playing in middle together.
Combo, wow, it's so hard to deal with.
They love being aggressive, so if it gets there, G2 is going to be in some trouble. Nursing this 2-round lead, taking their first time out of the map to talk things over. Out of money after this buy and investment.
Both coaches get on the mic. Not a comfortable situation for the money in reserves for G2, but they've been able to piece together a pretty solid purchase. Knobs on a Mac 10.
I wonder if they go back to a similar kind of upper bus. Actually, hold the phone. Lobby crunch from Spirit. Malb's going to get the first. Knows more coming. He spots out 3. What a peek from Donk. So prepared, staring straight up.
That is so ridiculous. How can you even deal with that? He's just so fast on that flick up to the top of the ladder, and G2 are down to 2 players. What a call out of the timeout. We were settling into a slower pace round, we thought, and then suddenly Team Spirit are bursting through ramp, bursting through hut, and G2 had only got Mobs in there and Hunter on the T-roof.
I mean, it's such a brutal call to make, especially when you consider against this new lineup that's still kind of starting to figure things out. New in-game leader probably takes him a little bit more focus on what strategy, what they're all doing. And man, you threw a lobby crunch into it, and whatever G2 talked about during the timeout doesn't matter. And now they're out of money. So once again, Snacks and m0NESY just got to find a way to save.
I love that call from Spirit. It's just so unexpected for that change to come in on the CT side. And they have only Mobs holding for it. He had a Mac 10, so it's not even like he can get multi-kills out of it. He did pretty well to even get one, considering the pace of him.
They're going to investigate and see if they can get anything done.
Oh my goodness, Shiro, here we go. It gets a second chance. m0NESY slow peeks into him. Snacks descends down and looks to pick up that AWP. Wants to draw Shiro into the fight. Snax has been known to wield it in the past, and oh my goodness, can't get the shot to land. Shiro will punish him, so nothing saved here for G2. That is terrible round to have to swallow if you're G2 at this point of the game.
Credit where it's due. Good call, good assertive, aggressive call from Team Spirit to take control of the situation. They finally got Magics off that auto shotgun as well after that round. Able to pick up an M4 moving forward.
That's so sick from donk.
And a lack of money for G2 means the Deagles come out, but I mean, look, they've been pretty solid today for G2. Won them a couple rounds already. Surely not one more. I don't want to live in that world.
G2 do. They absolutely would love it. But it is almost surely going to be a tied game. And for the reasons you mentioned just mere moments ago about Ancient and how comfortable Team Spirit are, you don't want this to go to 3 maps if you're G2. Donk is just patient. He's getting his fight towards main. It's m0NESY showing him a little shoulder. Hunter crosses with the smoke. Gets in towards Garage. Now Donk has to consider a couple of different avenues of approach, and he will certainly deal with Hunter. m0NESY's Deagle strikes right through him. m0NESY's trying to make space. Oh, it's a shot that does land on the Shiro. It's not effective in terms of bringing him down. AK now for m0NESY.
I don't think it's enough to really turn the tides in this round.
No.
But let's see what comes next. m0NESY's gonna still challenge. He knows one's up in heaven. Snax down low. Footsteps are made. Rotations potentially forced. m0NESY's been spotted, so Magics can't go downstairs to stop. This should at least... Oh, Sontix is still here.
Yeah, Sontix just lurking around on default. Snax is gonna walk with his pistol out, but
yeah, it's
gonna get taken out.
It's fair play. I mean, he's making the footsteps to try and force a rotation to get someone exposed to the AK-47 that m0NESY picked up, and it just doesn't happen. But that's about the only option they had.
Tied game, 10 apiece here in the quarterfinals, and it does feel like now Team Spirit creating kind of a runway to get this into a 3rd map. Very strong CT showing from donk. This time, more players in G2 addressing potential lobby issue. Chopper descends down the vent. That's where he'll start his round, at the bottom of the vents. G2 this time were very prepared for any CT aggression from Team Spirit, but now they're starting to assemble that outside smoke execute. No disruptive donk nearby. He's over towards CT. You'll watch that main entrance, so giving a lot of space here to G2. And they can do this because Chopper's already down vent.
Quiet crawl. Chopper's the only one here. Next point of support would be Shiro with the AWP dropping ramp to Piran towards lower. But Chopper needs to stay alive after this first engagement. Backing away, good peek, good spot. Closes the door after him, and now he knows what's coming. And G2 ain't slowing down.
Yeah, they know he could go anywhere. Oh, Shiro, it's a little unfortunate on the timing. He commits down into the darkness. Chopper tries his best to get a multi-kill out of it, but only manages one. And G2 come crashing into this lower bomb site. It's a rotation of Magics down secret stairs. He's trying to arrive there quickly, but the bomb will be planted, and Team Spirit will have to retake if they want to win this round.
Test it for sure. Look for that kill. Look for that first kill. You've got it.
Offered up. It's given to them. Hunter walks into the open. m0NESY caught in the open, and Taz is starting to panic. Nico left in the clutch. 1v2 for Nico, and a tap out to Zontic. Nico can't win it. Magix comes in, and that was G2's chance. That was their moment, and they let it slip.
That composure fell away. G2 in advantage, 3-on-2, but no one comfortable in their positions. An awkward jump from m0NESY out in the open ruined his fight. Hunter as well decided he didn't actually want to be all the way in ramp room, gets caught in transition. Oh man, that discipline just falls apart as m0NESY's trying to get into a new location.
That might have just cost them this map. That might even cost them their opportunity to keep fighting in this quarterfinal. Oh, that's a tough one. You can see Taz before the round's even over. You just see his reaction to it. He knows, you really can't give those kills up.
Those are the heartbreaking ones right there, where it feels like it's all in your control. Everything looked good. That take on the lower bomb site is excellent with the pacing. Shiro's trying to get involved in the action and didn't expect it to be that fast. Expected maybe a door to open up, windows to be broken, utility to be deployed, but they're coming right at him. And that defense was never allowed to be comfortable. Brilliant trading from G2 into the bomb site, but the post plant gets ugly. 1 round lead now for Team Spirit. They have not, they haven't had a lead since the pistol round in the first half.
And yet, it hasn't felt like they've been out of it at any point, really.
Donk is gathering all this information. You can see his lips move and passing it over. Zontic's ready to shift down to the lower bomb site. This time, instead of Chopper, it's an AWP, it's Shiro, and he's going to be far more resistance.
Yeah, he's going to take out Hunter. He wants to fight again. And not only will he fight, but he will take 2 away, and he's burning in the flames. He will get eventually taken out by m0NESY, but his impact has been felt. Chopper's inside of the vent.
Yeah, but m0NESY can back off. He can allow someone else to be the pressure point. We saw the lurk coming in towards ramp room as well. That's Malbs who's kind of testing, again, the rotation, the knowledge that that ramp player is going to try and descend to help out. And Donk hasn't moved, hasn't budged. He's going to make sure there's no escape route for m0NESY.
Malbs climbs up heaven. Ever so silently, ever so patiently. And Magix is looking the wrong way at the right time for G2. And they find their way back into a competition in this round. That plant is coming in. Chopper and Zontic's left to recover this. And G2 can't let another one slip. They cannot let another post plant go.
This time the retake positions from Team Spirit are way, way weaker. Way more difficult to manage.
Oh, but it's a good distraction to set up Chopper, but he's only good for 1. Fantastic, effective trading from Snacks. And Zontic, they know exactly where he's coming from. Grenade will land lower. Snacks not taken out. Certainly weakened. And Zontic goes over the top for that headshot, and G2 are happy. m0NESY's quick on those headshots. And is the round recovered, and G2 back in this again.
Again, these mid-rounds from G2, just like Mirage, that one looks spectacular. Slowly moving around the map quietly. And the pickoff from Snacks onto Donk out in Garage allows m0NESY to get to the upper bomb site. Takes the attention away from Heaven, from Magix inside the bomb site. Malbs grabs that kill. Works out to perfection. 11 all.
Looking to challenge Zontic straight away, right through the smoke. Zontic spots it out, gets down quickly. Needs to be careful he doesn't get overwhelmed. He's calling for Shiro to try and help him, but Shiro couldn't get the hell quick enough and is now not allowed to push any further forward because of that Molotov. Zontic doesn't rotate down, but look at Snacks. Yeah, this is a massive position. He is down inside of the site. Zontic's nearly 2 kills, but that will not be enough. And Snacks is telling his team, you guys are good to come into this B bomb site. I'm going to cover off vent, and there's 2 players in here. Chopper, what a shot. Snacks goes down. That's quick reactions from the in-game leader of Spirit, and that's going to keep them 1 player up.
Maybe overeager from Snacks to come back into vents that aggressively. Could have just watched for the exit. Now a man advantage, and Malbs is so low. He's so low, he's just got to tuck in towards Dark, and Magix has a Molotov for it if he can get into the right position.
Dude, it's such a common position to clear out as well. Malbs might be burnt to a crisp instantly. Hunter, oh, it's a dink, but it's not a kill. Chopper is so quick in this. Chopper comes in and saves Spirit. That is incredible for Chopper inside of the vent, and then follows up on that retake.
What a monster retake. Absolutely beautiful. There's utility everywhere as well. Some of the Spirit smokes gave Mobs the safety to actually evacuate away from the Molotov, but they handle business.
That is the fight from that point.
But that's the critical kill is Snacks. If he's alive, even if he just goes 1 for 1 coming out of vent, I gotta say, the entrance from Chopper is pretty damn beautiful as well. Credit where it's due. One chance Team Spirit to close out Nuke, take us to Ancient, extend this series.
And G2 still have weapons to play with. Monacy's all boosted up. Sees the player going towards Secret, but cannot neutralize the threat. He'll have the info that Donk is tucked up here. He can go nowhere. Donk is stuck in this spot, and it's worth throwing everything you've got at trying to deal with Donk early. Molotov not actually extending upon him, so Donk doesn't even need to waste his utility.
And now it's kind of backfired. Now it's almost a trap.
It's going to work out for Shiro. Monacy taken out. That's the op down for G2. This is one step closer to Team Spirit extending play and bringing us into Ancient.
If G2 finds a way to get this into overtime from this 4v5 with the way the map looks right now, that would be wild. That would be insane.
Well,
Nico's op. If it starts with Nico's op too.
Zon takes his push far up in towards trophy room. Donk has stayed here, stayed put the whole time. Flash finally coming in. They deal with Donk. Zontix is able to remove mobs quite quickly. We've got 50 seconds left in play, and G2 have evened out these numbers. Overtime is on the cards because straight through that vent, it's Hunter with the assassination. Magic's gone, Chopper climbing heaven.
Oof.
He was the savior of Spirit in the last round and looks to be so again.
Can't take that repeat. He's got to find a way to get Zontix involved in this action. G2 might have just pulled out a miracle. What a round to come back into this. It looked like they didn't have the resources to find anything. But now they've got Team Spirit pinned down at heaven. Zontix and Chopper are going to meet up. But what have you actually got?
Well, G2 have had some nightmare post plants, but this cannot join that list. Nico's op, bringing them through to overtime so far. Chopper will attempt this, but it will not matter. Snacks hits the headshot. A smile of relief from Taz as G2 drag this one to OT.
That's beautiful. A beautifully played round from G2. Hunter, man, Hunter on this map, 23 and 14. And that round he finds the most critical of kills. Supportive flashbang to activate him to take out Donk at Secret. Hustling to cut off rotations at vents. He knows if he goes fast enough, he can beat the timing. And that opens up the avenue and Team Spirit into the proper position.
Monacy and Nico. What a twosome. Oh, Chopper, that is so intelligent to track mobs into the vent. Climbs up on top of his head. A great opening here for Spirit to kick off OT.
G2's recovered. Man disadvantages situations before.
Oh my God, how has Nico won that?
Oh, he tanks the dink and wrecks Donk.
Nico is showing Donk the OG rifle. And now Snacks catches Magic's, dragging this one back and now in favor of G2, and he's in an engagement against an AWP. And that kind of range, it's a little ambitious for Snacks, and he does lose his life to Shiro. 3v3, Nico starts the ascent to heaven.
Oh, this play from Zontix, though, is so smart. This reposition, this push. Shiro's playing a dangerous game, but he's getting away with it so far.
He really is getting away with it. Perfect positioning and a shot on Monacy. Shiro stays alive, up at the generator. He knows there's got to be G2 players around somewhere, and remember, he can't detect them.
Oh, Zontix pushed lobby. So actually ramp room to lower is open. Chopper's down there, but oh, a little bit of a fake with utility down lower. Hunter's going to move up. They know Shiro's position outside of heaven.
There's such limited time, 10 seconds. He's got to drop in Shiro. He wins it. He wins it right there with that kill. That's the bomb down. Cool idea from G2, but difficult to execute. And that'll end up being Team Spirit taking the first round of overtime.
Shiro's risk pays off. Wins them the first round of overtime. Look at this though, tracking it perfectly. There's that gifted mechanical aim.
No, that's what it's like to be on the receiving end.
Well, Donk's been dishing those out all year.
Little taste of the own medicine. Shiro's really stepped up. They're asking for more of him. And he certainly had some big rounds now. Oh, it's a play in towards the upper bomb side. Donk detects it at the right time. Mobs is down first. Donk going right through the fire. This is crazy. And the force of the dragon stopped. It is going to be Nico looking up in towards the top of Hut. Shiro doing his best. The Immortal strikes again. It's Modesty and Nico down in one foul swoop. And Hunter must clutch.
He's having a great game though. Got a real chance at this. Smoking off Mini. Gonna descend down vents. Zontic's already got a jump on this. Oh, he was going down ladder earlier. He gives it up, so timing favors Hunter. But even if he gets the bomb plant, where does he reposition to? Zontic's knows. Can he get away in time? Yes, doors closed.
Now it's on for Hunter. An experienced, composed individual in these moments. Looking to even out the scoreline again. Door swings open. First fight, he cannot win it. Zontix reacts in time down to Decon. And Team Spirit will pick up 2 in a row.
Yeah, nice attempt. It's just beautiful seeing Shiro hit this level. He's really came alive as this game has gone on a little bit further. And finally, G2 is feeling the sting of how good of an AWPer Shiro is. Back-to-back rounds where he delivers all the impact necessary.
I think Hunter maybe gets poking up some of those bullets on the fence. Donk this time not playing inside of main. He's more proactive in searching for this opening fight against Nico. And oh, it's Nico with the headshot on Donk. Unable to deal with that. Smokes are up. Nico crossing with them. Fantastic opening kill. Found by Mr. Kovac. And Zontix about to move on in. It's a play that does not work out here for Spirit. Chopper needs a risk, and it doesn't go his way at all. Magic's now aggression does work out finally.
It's the bomb, but he can't hold on to it. He can't protect it. Smoke towards Mini. Hunter's going to peek before that plumes. Magic's picked out of the sky, and G2 is going to get the third and final round of this first half of overtime. They scrape one together at the end. 14-13 is going to be the score.
Some lovely shooting coming in from Nico, and that is a 13th round secured. And this game keeps on going. Well, we'll get to see what G2 are capable of on their CT side. Had a decent start in regulation, but that felt like oh so long ago. This is the Nico pick on Donk. I think Nico's seen more of Donk than Donk's seen of Nico in that engagement.
Oh, sure. That Nico aim is brutal. Those precision headshots. Starting to see more and more of them. Hunter's still leading the way. Snacks is not far away either. Snacks having himself a game while in-game leading for G2, 21 and 15, 22 on Nico, 24 on Hunter. Other side of the board. Top fraggers are Donk and Zontix at 19. We switch sides. G2 goes back to defending. Smoke wall coming outside. Deep utility to counter from Nico. No damage dealt just yet.
They keep crossing, but Nico needs to get his gun out. That shadow of Donk allows him to get ready.
He was getting a little bit aggressive, and then he realized exactly what smoke wall was being thrown and tucks himself into the corner.
Donk is going to start being very frustrated about the fact he just cannot win a fight against Nico.
That's what, 3 in a row? Heads-up duels that Nico's won against him, 2 on the T side, now this one here on the CT side.
I mean, we were so excited to see the duel between Nico and Donk. Start of the year, it looked like it was not really much of a competition, but Nico has warmed up throughout this year. He's reminding us of his level. m0NESY and Hunter, an advanced setup towards Squeaky Door. In the meantime, though, Team Spirit are occupying a lot of space in lower.
And I'm a little bit confused by this because nobody has rotated down though. Mobs just does it now.
Yeah, but is it in time?
He can't shift into the bomb site, and if he tries, he's going to be caught. Oh, he's got a kill, but
that's the bomb.
There's Decon.
Yeah, that's a lucky timing from Mobs. He's able to make the most out of it. Shiro had to trade and does so. 35 seconds, they pick that bomb up again, and Chopper is going to look for the leap to plant it. Oh, Zontix baited back into that peak, and m0NESY sinks his ship. It's now a 4 versus 2, and it's a retake that G2 are favored to win here.
2 players coming from each direction. 2 from Secret, 2 from Ramp. Shiro, lots of damage on a m0NESY, but position given up.
He realizes he can't just sit back. He wanted to bring the fight to them as they arrive from Secret. They're keeping them far away from the site, and this is running the clock quite quickly. Chopper now peeks up, big headshot, this time on m0NESY. Shiro still in the vent, still a problem. Nico can't get around that corner, so you need Snacks and Hunter to move into the bomb site. That's exactly what they've done. Onto the defuse, but Chopper with the double headshot, and that is a 2v4 that G2 cannot win.
The 2 prongs of that retake could never find cohesion. They could never find a way. The Ramp players decided not to attack control side. They decided to just go for the defuse, which meant that other side of the retake was just stalled out for so long. And a 4v2 in the favor of G2 goes to waste in the post plant.
I really can't believe that that went so comfortably in favor of Spirit in the end. That's map point again. G2 have got to drag us into double overtime if they want a chance of closing this out in 2 again. Oh, there is a couple of rounds here on Nuke that are going to be nightmares for G2 if they lose this series today.
That 4-on-2 and the 3-on-2 they had on the T side earlier are both ones they're going to really wish they had back. They could play it differently. Different smoke wall this time. Implications of what coming change and shift.
Nico wants to go and fight through that smoke, and there's that battle versus Donk again. Nico is eating a lot of damage through those smokes. Can't really continue to spam battle through them.
You don't have to, though. He's accomplished his goal, which is you want to spam and you're breaking that smoke and you're just kind of stalling it out to the point where you feel like you're confident they didn't actually cross during it, that you had track of them the entire way. Towards the upper bomb site we go. Chopper lurking outside.
It's taken a long time for the opening kill to be drawn in this round. 35 seconds remain. G2 ahead by 1 player. But will there be a 4v5 conversion to allow Spirit to win this map and drag us into Ancient? Zontix trades it out. Follow-up headshot is nasty, and he goes right into the vent, right into m0NESY. And it's no scope after quick shot, and it's 17 seconds left. The thunderstorm arrives, and m0NESY climbs up the vent. Another one! The thunderstorm and lightning. It strikes right through Spirit, and Chopper's got time.
No time.
He's gonna run. He can't get to it surely in time. 4 seconds. Here comes m0NESY. No scope after no scope. G2 still in it.
What the hell more do you want from m0NESY? What a freakish sequence. God tier round from m0NESY. You don't see that often.
Those are the individual moments that G2 have so consistently. If you think back to the crazy plays in Dallas, it's the likes of plays like this. They still keep them in it, and now they have a chance for another overtime. He didn't use the scope.
Use it as a shotgun, surgical.
What a madman.
Look, for every round G2 wishes they had back in the retakes and the post plants, they're getting some miraculous individual performances.
And if anybody wonders why, you might think m0NESY is the best player in the world. I think you just send them that round as an example of the plethora of rounds that m0NESY is able to pick up for G2. Damage through the smoke. Magic's down to 55. It means nothing if G2 are unable to win this one.
They've given up outside, which means they have to worry about Secret and the lower side. Oh, what?
Nico, gone. And that's Shiro just picking him up. That's got to be so frustrating for Nico. That's a little red in the face for Nico.
That's an error of such magnitude that I feel like there had to have been a miscomm somewhere. There had to have been some kind of communication that causes him to make that kind of a decision. But look at what it's done to G2. Look at the way they've rotated. 3 players at the lower bomb site. Malbs is the only one up top. He's got to worry about Hut, Squeak Door, Mini, and Heaven. And he's screwed.
Oh, it's so tough again here for G2. Mobs in the rafters can't do anything. Chopper just takes him out from Heaven. It's a lovely play here for Spirit. A mistake from Nico stepping into the open, offers up the first kill. And even though there was a magical round from m0NESY in the previous, it does not look like it is going to affect the outcome. Unless he goes again! m0NESY's got a no-scope in Hut. Now he's gone to the AK-47. It's still a 3v4. It's still Spirit ahead on players, and Chopper has a powerful position in Heaven. Time is starting to tick. m0NESY coming in. A transfer out to the CT vent couldn't be enough. And it's awkward here for Snax. The quick switch, and I am afraid to say that this one is not going to result in another overtime. This is Team Spirit taking victory on Nuke, forcing this quarterfinal into a 3rd map, and it will be Ancient to decide who is eliminated and who will progress to the semi-finals here in Riyadh.
Again, from the first half, it was wonderful resilience, and that held up the whole way through for Spirit. The Deagle rounds in the first half, some of the clutches that were lost, the m0NESY round, plenty of opportunities for Spirit to not close this map out for G2 to take it. They just come and kept...
A very long day of Counter-Strike here at EWC. We've had the best of 1 resurrection stage of the event where the losing teams from day 1 had to battle their way through, and now we find ourselves with a first quarter final lit into the night. Team Spirit versus G2, and we kick this off on the final map of Ancient. It is going to be a bloodbath, and this game has delivered some crazy moments so far.
I have such a weird feeling at the moment because I'm so scared for G2 on this map because it feels like Team Spirit on this one. The donk Zontex combination in middle is so powerful on this map. They're so good with so many protocols, but G2 is surprised this whole way through. And once again, we've got the pistol entries fast-paced in the favor of G2, and there goes Chopper. No one can even have a response, a rebuttal shot from the defense. And G2's got another pistol round victory.
Yeah, talk about a bullet train through middle there from G2. Absolutely everybody just charging their way through. Donk couldn't do anything from Donut. Shiro got instantly damaged out through red, so he was out of there. And that is a pistol round collected by G2. It's really important they get off to a decent start here in the halves. They've had good starts in halves, Jason. That's been a consistent thing throughout this quarterfinal. They just gotta let it slip here and there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously on Mirage, which they were able to kind of ride it all the way through. On Nuke, they had those good starts as well on both sides, but Team Spirit able to outlast them with some really good play down the stretch. I think one of the big things you have to talk about if you want to think back to the end of Nuke, Shiro coming alive with that AWP, right? Like that was really the second half of Nuke is where we felt the most impact from Shiro in this series. If he can carry that over here to Ancient, you add the AWP into the kind of mid defense we're talking about with Donk and Zontex, all of a sudden that can be such a dominant defensive setup.
I think we've seen a few signs of G2 being a new squad, or maybe just G2 being G2 as usual, but there were a few rounds that really should have been round wins for G2 that they let go, in particular in some retakes, some odd moments here and there that they're definitely going to be thinking about after that map. But now focusing up into this, it really doesn't seem like Team Spirit have a shot in hell at winning this round, so it should be a nice 2-0 lead for G2 being collected. I mean, what does it say for G2 as a team, Jason, if they're able to go to 3 maps against Team Spirit and win the series? Like, that surely is a massive statement.
Yeah, it would be, for sure. I think statement is the perfect way to put it. That, you know, the statement of what kind of potential this team has, what kind of look they're going to be giving us with Malbs, with Snax at the helm, and taking down what the #1 ranked team in the world right out of the gate in the first tournament out of the break. I mean, it's just gonna be such a good confidence building start to the second half of the year. It's not going to establish them as one of the championship contenders quite yet.
But we know what the ceiling is for these players. We've seen it very recently in Dallas, so we know what they're capable of. And they've got the firepower to go toe-to-toe with Spirit. But it is that comfortable 2-0 start for G2. Now we'll get into the bye for Team Spirit, and I certainly will be on this mid setup. And you keep mentioning with Donk and Zontex, it is really deadly. They just seem so active, so hyper inside of mid.
They seem they're just always on the same page. Rarely do you see them kind of cut off. Flashbangs out, Donk is blinded. Aggressive. He's got a smoke in case a Molotov comes to his position, but it's a bullet to the brain. And there's the red room smoke. Zontix can do nothing.
I guess that's one way to deal with the mid setup. You just send Molbs out, he'll kill Donk, and he'll find Zontix. Now m0NESY is freed up with that space to move in towards the A-bomb site. He gets damage down to 99. He's down to 1 HP left. He'll toss his utility in and get out of there. There's now 1 minute left on the clock.
They seem so much more proactive, G2, individually when picks happen elsewhere on the map to really kind of test and probe the extremities or looking for a gap, looking for an open space. And I don't know what's caused it, but individually G2 looks so confident.
Shiro picks off Nico.
However, they've given away 2 free kills spread across the map in a 5-on-2.
Yeah, they're very spread apart right now, aren't they?
Still.
This is only 25 seconds left on the clock. This could get a little bit hairy here for G2.
Oh, this is so sketchy.
Oh no, Snax is going to walk into the B-bomb, so there's no one here. He's got the bomb, so
Yeah.
that's at least going to happen. But where are his teammates?
There's no reason for Team Spirit to think that this is like a one-man fake over towards the B-bomb site. Chopper's going to have the information now. I mean, this is, I think this is kind of G2 just improvising a finish based off where they found themselves, not really designed, but they get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, Shiro's got the read on m0NESY coming elbows. That's a kill. Hunter should trade it out now, and certainly will do so. And Chopper now located towards CT, where he's going to spot out Hunter. He'll creep in behind him at red, and Hunter taken out. Chopper's not close enough to actually win the round here with no kit. But it's decent enough damage on the way out the door, and that will be 3 rounds in a row for G2. And improvisation, it certainly was. It's like duct tape, just patch it all together.
It's like, oh, actually, we've just found ourselves in a situation where this is really our only option.
Damn, all right, we'll go with it, we'll roll with it. And really, the most important play was Snax planting the ball.
I don't know. Hold the phone, because Molbs had a couple important plays. That shot on Donk clears out Zontix, grabs 1 more kill, pressuring the middle of the map. Sees a little bit of a kneecap from Magix and snaps over. I mean, and funnily enough, you know, if you want to talk about potentially one of the reasons why G2 took a look at Molbs in the first place was his performance at ESL Pro League, destroying G2
That's like the
on
classic,
this map.
It's the classic, you know, you have the player that destroys your team, you decide to sign him.
Yeah, you're like, you know what? That guy was pretty good. We'll take it.
Isn't that how Get Right got his team? Like, he destroyed Heaton one day, and then he got signed into the...
Probably that's how a lot of it went back in the day.
So, all right, we'll get him. That's worked out pretty well so far for G2, this Molbs pickup.
1 M4 on Donk. And 4 half-buys. MP9 on Zontix, upgraded pistols on the other 3.
Well, one of the main problems we brought up is obviously middle being so strong for Team Spirit. The first chance that they get, G2 just win it quite simply with Molbs. Has now forced Team Spirit to take this kind of purchase. Now increases the chances for G2 to build a strong T side. Another strong start here in the quarterfinals. The majority of the G2 forces outside of this B-bomb site. Chopper with a CZ close. Chopper has to get something done here. He won't. Molbs just runs on in. Takes him out. Hunter on the extremities of the map, catching Zontix over towards A. And the attack into the B-bomb site is successful. G2 will be successful in putting it down, and now looking to secure 4 in a row.
Oh, gotta be careful. There's 2 players back here. And Molotov is spread just enough. Donk swings, goes down. Multiple players fighting at the same time. Nico and Snax handle business. M4 hits the deck. Be 4-0, and nothing for Team Spirit really to bring forward into the next round. All right, well, I mentioned coming into this that I was a little bit worried for G2. So far, looking good, but we're about to have another buy from Spirit.
Yes.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should. But we've only had one gun round so far from Team Spirit. Molbs destroyed the mid setup. But there's lots of variations that they're capable of deploying on the Team Spirit side for mid, so I'm sure they will sort of adapt to that problem. I mean, we've seen on Nuke that Spirit are still able to hang in halves, even though they have a terrible start or they're behind,
Yeah.
they're still able to...
Even when it looks a little sketchy, even when it looks like it's kind of slipping away from them, on Nuke especially, they found a way back in. They hung on just enough and scraped together just enough rounds.
And Shiro's got the AWP out, and we were talking about his performance on the CT side of Nuke. He's going to be hoping he can get some involvement here. He's going towards the A bomb side at the moment.
Yeah, this is... Ooh, Zontic's pushing up. Okay, so Shiro just kind of setting him up for an aggressive play. Nobody's home. Hunter's usually been the one kind of man in that part of the map. Not really looking for it at the moment, and Zontix is going to keep going as he peeks out. Monacy, unaware, wants to come towards middle with the pack with the AWP. Nobody aware. Oh, Hunter turns back. Good timing.
Oh, it's great timing for Hunter to consider this, but it doesn't really matter because Zontic still wins that fight. Now he'll toss utility onto the bomb. Molbs, what a shot. The light bulb as Zontix goes out. And here's chaos created. Nice shot from Monacy. Donk just jiggling. And Monacy is so aware of that possibility. He just breaks him apart.
Man, this is the second time now that G2's just decimated this kind of mid defense that we've hyped up so much. First it was Molbs with his double kill, now it's Molbs and Monacy striking.
Well, Shiro's still around, he's kicking about, but the bomb's on the other side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, Chopper's gonna try and get something going. 3-on-3, gonna wait, poised in Temple for his teammates to arrive. They've got a Molotov and a smoke and 2 players over in Donut. If a smoke falls in that position, they could be locked out of preventing this big-time kill from Snacks. And I think that's the frag that keeps Spirit away from going for this defuse.
5 rounds in a row, and it is 5 rounds in a row with Donk dies without a kill.
Both gun rounds attacking that defense in middle.
Meeting them head on. This is fantastic already from G2. Obviously, he'll still get a buy here for Team Spirit. Max loss bonus will kick in now as well, and they've got some residual cash left over, so they'll sprinkle out that wealth. We'll get to see the opening move is quite cool here for the Spirit, sending Zontix on that flank. You will be frustrated about the fact that you consider the flank and
you still lose it. Yeah, and you still just get well, equally frustrated when you kill the bomb holder, drop the Molotov on it, and still kind of get lured into that like little jiggle peek. And I think Molbs even just kind of pre-fired it, and Zontix just happened to jiggle into the bullet.
Oh no, Donk down again. Molbs is just dishing it out right now. Donk can't deal with it. His North American counterpart, self-proclaimed, and so far living up to that, his own hype. Snacks coming through the smoke. He could work with Nico in tandem here to shut down that donut player Zontix, but he has just got around that corner in time.
Smoke towards Red Room. Monacy looking for this.
Oh my God.
Here's the shots, and it's just like, that's the fight I want. Chopper, not yet activated, not yet ready to move, but Zontix is in some real trouble. He does have a smoke, but he's finding a safe place behind the flames. Oh, and this is a disaster. If you enter here for G2, you're going to think this is clear, and Monacy is going to be a freebie.
Beat is taken. Snacks also falls to Shiro, and just like that, flipped on its head. Team Spirit back in the fight. 50 seconds now for Hunter to collect this 1v3 total. He's taking his first kill, now just charging. Zontix is close. He's so close, and Hunter has no idea, surely. He's going to stick that plant, and it might actually work out for Hunter in a weird way. He gets off the plant now with the bomb locked in, and Hunter, it is now time for him to lock in. He's focused on Temple. A lot of noise from Zontix. Hunter was able to track him back to that position, and has now found himself a very powerful post plant. He just doesn't know where that second player is, but he'll soon find out. That tap is on the defuse, and Zontix aware of the possibility that Hunter could have moved out to big box and is primed and ready to take him out.
Yeah, really good awareness from Zontix. I'm kind of wondering if he caught like a little bit of a leg as Hunter. It seemed like it was really possible with the X-ray that he just kind of caught a little bit of information, but almost just a beautiful reposition from Hunter. Still, this will be a round that G2, similar to the ones on Nuke, let slip away. Yeah. This is not really in a post plant, but you have mid control, you have a man advantage. The missed Molotov was absolutely everything. The Molotov that doesn't spread far enough, and Zontix punishes them for it with a double kill.
Timeout. Already through. This is the second that Spirit have used so far in this half. Hallie is not very happy with how things have started, and you can understand why. But he sees this as an opportunity now to start that ball rolling. You mentioned how Nuke started almost identical to this, being 5-1 down, and then they were able to pull back and they tied the half, right? So chance now for Spirit to try and get that going. And in particular, Donk is going to be feeling frustration, and he's yet to get a kill. And he is used to just dominating this map. A lot of utility towards elbow this time. But it's going to be a straight up A play.
Changing things up. They've had so much emphasis on middle, but I think Spirit is going to get a sign of what's happening if this isn't fast enough. Shiro. Utility coming out now, so Shiro's going to be blocked off.
He's holding with his cross out. Smoke is up, so he can't really get an accurate shot. And he's not going to even go for one through the smoke randomly. He's going to wait for that plant, and so it's close. It's very close, and that's a leg shot on m0NESY. So some damage from Shiro. Donk under a lot of pressure inside of Donut. G2 with the bomb down, feeling pretty good about this 5v5. Smoke fades away. Now the Donut fight begins. Donk dead again. Always is starting to become a real nightmare for Donk. And Zontix runs out of ammo. So Donut is occupied by G2 and Hunter on default fighting and then going back in behind cover. It's Shiro and Magix on the extremities. Magix is the only player able to move forward, and I say only Magix, but he does way more than expected. He nearly even takes Snacks with him, but the time is too far gone, and Shiro has no hope in winning this. It is a 6th round for G2, and that hurts for Team Spirit.
What a tense engagement. It felt like everything was riding on that 2v2 over in Donut. When that smoke clears, you could see that fight coming. You could count down to it. And as you mentioned, Donk at the moment just getting annihilated in every battle he's in. 0-7. Shadow showing. Snacks is able to wrap around and secure that all-important positioning. 6-1. Spirit need this round. Losing it, they've got no money.
Are they just going for the A play again? This is great.
Well, here's the question. Look how aggressive Spirit is down middle. They have control. They have control of lane. They're clearing it out right now. I still don't think they're going to be able to rotate back to the A bomb site in time. It's Shiro, so he can get that deep angle, but it's going to be smoked off again. G2 waiting patiently for that smoke to plume, now coming out, and it's a deja vu. Same round played over again.
Well, Team Spirit are hoping for different results. Perhaps the definition of insanity, and it's certainly insane for Mobs and m0NESY. Finally, Donk getting his first kill on the board here in Ancient, but he's lost all of his health, and so that Molotov will burn him away from reality. It is Magix and Chopper again locked out, and G2 with back-to-back A calls. They win back-to-back rounds. It's really solid here from G2 on this T side.
Yeah, they're keeping it simple, but this is all predicated off the early stages of the T side where they just established the fact that they could dominate mid, because it's forcing Team Spirit to put a lot of resources there early since they haven't been able to stop it, and that's what's opened up this A hit. And let's say this just gets worse for Team Spirit's defense, because now you're kind of in a situation where you're saying, how the hell can we hold mid? They've wrecked us every single time. But now we need to respect the fact that they can just walk up and execute at the A bomb site with impunity. You have two parts of the map that are critically being lost consistently.
Snacks seem to be very happy with the call there, or Taz rather, towards Snacks seem to be very happy with the call, and you can understand why. This is, again, the identical Donut fight. Donk actually gets his kill, but just gets damaged up so much and takes a step back into the fire as it spreads. A little bit more tame in the reactions from Donk.
You think it's tame, or do you think it's like, I'm out?
We haven't seen the other reactions. I think maybe it's dialed down. Maybe he's just lost energy.
3 in a row.
I love it.
3 in a row.
It's like the old VP mentality, though. Like
Snacks is like, if Taz is going to be hyping me up like this, I'm going for it one more time. Nico missed the timing on that second smoke, but it's all good. This time, Shiro's got an M4, and this time they've stepped up to actually defend against it, but they don't have the utility to put the Molotov out and extinguish it, which means the avenue is open. Donk with one, but he's brought low.
Again, he's low, and he's traded after one, and now through the smoke, it's spotted. And G2 are like, I dare you to figure it out. I dare you to stop this A play. Otherwise, we're just going to keep doing it. We're keep rolling with the punches. And 8 rounds now, 3 rounds in a row, they've just burst into the A site.
Poor Magix and Chopper. They're just like, I'd like to play the game of Counter-Strike at some point today.
Don't worry. maybe it'll happen for them in this half.
I can't remember the last time I saw a game of Ancient where B lane and like Cave was just not important whatsoever, was just not utilized.
And in the last 2 rounds, mid hasn't even been a thought for this side of the G2.
All right, does he do it 4?
No.
No?
No. He does not do it a 4th time. Surely not.
You can't be certain, can you? Neither can Team Spirit now.
Yeah, that
and that's
true.
the point. The mental warfare that G2 is putting out there is unreal at the moment.
I would love if they did it again.
It's got to be a timeout.
I would absolutely love it if he was able to go for it again. This would be the 3rd timeout for Team Spirit in half, if they take it. So
Have they used 2 already?
yeah, they used 2 already.
Ooh, makes it even worse.
So do you want to use it now? It doesn't look like it, so I'm going to do the action.
I mean, at this point, if you're trying to save it, right? Like you're trying to, like at this point, you've kind of said all you can really say, and the adjustments aren't working, and you're kind of hoping that players.
What?
That's weird.
That looked like an entry.
I think he's trying. I think the plan is to send him in super aggressively to kind of throw a little bit of a fake in there, right? They've hit the A bomb site 3 rounds in a row. You send Mulbs out, give the information over to the donut players. Maybe they panic call a rush towards the A bomb site, and you can capitalize on it.
Monacy, is he smoke? Oh my god, he is, and he's going to get punished for that. Zontic's finally dealt with.
That's the bomb. Donk rotating over. How aggressive does Nico want to be about this? Molotov out, but Donk has passed it. He's already in the bomb site. It's fake. It's utility just thrown and designed to make the defense panic. But they're not yet because they have control of B lane. They have control of middle. And they have a man advantage.
So there's been simple calls for G2. Now it's a difficult mid-round they've got to piece together. The first fight is on Shiro, and he starts to preemptively fire. Grenade, ooh, that's going to be big on Hunter. Knocks him out of the round. And Magic's close quarters with an MP9. It is rapid to kill, but so is Snacks. All it took was 1 bullet to the head, and now 35 seconds left.
Nico last spotted at the A bomb site, and then in middle. So they're not panic rotating just yet. They know the bomb can still be on this side of the map. Utility is being thrown out at the B bomb site. Snacks is trying to make this into a fake, but he needs a kill to sell it.
Yeah, he really does, and it's not going to happen for him. Now there'll be a high alert that it is likely going to be this play in towards the A bomb site. Nico with a move on. What a shot. What a shot on Shiro. And now the plant is in, but he's going to fake it. He's going to go for that fight towards CT, but he's cost himself the round victory in doing so because he no longer has the time to plant, and a donk will secure the headshot regardless.
Yeah, he thought Donk was committed. He thought Donk was going to be swinging wide. He wanted that fight.
The shooters went A.
Yeah.
Shooters went to the A execute again.
Sure. Timeout taken by G2. 8-2, and they don't want to let Team Spirit back into this. They don't want to let them build momentum off this win. They don't want them to scrape together 4 rounds. Another full buy for G2. Up in Monacy's hands. One Taz fan in the crowd. Respect.
Person of culture. 2 rounds available at the end of this half. Team Spirit would love both of them at this point. Feels like they need both of them. Malbs has been a real nuisance in mid, but this time, Donk is able to best him. Snacks chops through. Now 4v4.
And this is finally playing out more like a typical round. Donk can't turn fast enough. Good job from Hunter. Long way to fall back from Donk. And he can't make it happen. Bomb is going to transfer back through T-spawn all the way to B ramp to join up with Nico and Snacks. It's Monacy's op that's playing alone for the moment, but even he too is starting to hustle back.
Minute 5 left.
Spirit have a pretty good defensive setup. If they don't change this, right, if you can secure with this double players in Cave, Magix and Shiro, come out on top of this fight, and keep possession of this part of the map, it can make the post plant a little bit easier. But Snacks probably shouldn't be the aggressor. He should be more of a lurk.
Here comes some aggression in towards Snacks instead. And that is definitely aggressive. Magic's had wings on his back as he just flew forward. Snacks is taken out. Shiro's in a good position with that shadow. He's able to get ready to spray, but m0NESY and Hunter fighting back. And Magic's gets taken down with a wallbang. It is Zontics in a 1v2, and he is still pretty far away.
Yeah, but I think you have to go for this if you're Zontics. Considering the scoreline, considering what this round means, you have to put an effort into it.
It feels like a doable situation for him. He's got time, he's close enough, and he's got the perfect utility for the job, right? He's got a smoke and a molly for this job.
What do you do? Smoke cave, molly ramp?
We'll have to see what Zontics pieces together. He's getting closer, and he's going to decide to molly in towards cave. m0NESY heating up, he knows that, and tries to spray. What is that from m0NESY? He stands in the fire, he hits the shot, and instantly burns to a crisp.
So composed. He's just like, I'm dead, but I'm taking you with me.
But I'm also taking a shot.
I'm taking you with me. I'm getting one chance at this.
m0NESY is like an action figure, man. m0NESY is like living real life Fast and Furious, just like stunts that really shouldn't be able to happen.
It's got to be so fun playing with him, man. Just getting to watch that POV. Just like, yep, this is great.
Standing in the fire, oh wow, okay. See, we've become kind of accustomed to seeing m0NESY get those kind of plays. m0NESY up on top, he's burning again. Snacks taking out donk, who's had a very terrible half by his own standard. 4-11, he'll finish this one out. And it's about to be a 10-2 half if G2 can convert upon this man advantage. If they go B, that's the chance for Team Spirit. But if they go anywhere else, it does feel like this could be a nightmare. And they're about to push out in towards Snacks, and ooh, he's pulled out the molly. m0NESY, he's ready for his cave swing, and Magic's again on that MP9 is able to find impact. Mid-fight's going Hunter's way. Damage being done to a lot of players across the server here, but Chopper down to 10. It's all about Shiro making his move, and he's making it with style as he jumps on up to close out on Mulbs. It's a sick play from Shiro, and those MP9s getting a lot of work done.
Especially jumping. I feel like I've seen a lot of jumping MP9 kills out of Spirit in this half in this series so far. 9-3. A dominant half from G2 individually, tactically. Looked clean here on Ancient, and what a massive lead they've got to close out this series.
Fantastic work indeed, but looking forward to see if G2 can do it, or will there be a comeback from Spirit? We'll have to find out after the break.
لحظات البداية عاشت معنا. كنا نحسبها وقت للتسلية بس. نحسبها بس ذكريات.
عبود أعطي أختك اليد يا ولد.
ابتكرنا فيها ابتكارات، وإذا بغينا قلبناها خرافات. كنا نحسبها بس لمة وصحبة وسهرات.
انتبه نوب ترى نوب.
لكن كنا نشوف عالم ما حد يشوفه.
ليت يشغل وقته بشيء يفيده.
الله عليك على الهيدشوت.
عالم كبر وعاش فينا. عالم الحماس فيه يوصلك كل مرة لحلم أصعب، بس ما يصعب عليك. بارد معك وين ما تروح.
What a quarterfinal this has been. We thought when it went to Ancient that might be the death note for this new G2 roster, but they are leading the way 9-3 over Team Spirit. This is an incredible showing from G2.
And again, just like map 1 in this series on Mirage, you got to give a ton of credit over to Malves. He was a beast. He was instrumental in establishing G2 dominance in middle in the first half, and then pass the next piece of credit over to Snacks with some wild calling. 3 A executes in a row had Team Spirit completely stumped. They switch over to the attacking side, trying to bring this back from a massive deficit.
Look at this attack. It's quick. It's Team Spirit running through that B ramp up into the site. Snacks unleashed, but it's Nico that's actually getting the kills here for G2. Shiro annihilates Snacks and then gets a follow-up kill as he predicts Hunter's movement through that smoke. So Shiro keeps them in this fight, and Team Spirit now put the bomb down, confirming themselves at a minimum a bomb plant in the next, but they want to go the whole way. They kind of need this pistol. And it's Nico close by, still kicking. Here's this reveal of an extra player. Magix gets traded out after 1. Now Nico set up with a distraction, but Shiro just drags them through this pistol round. Kill after kill. And 4 picked up for Spirit. They need this good start.
Oh man, and Nico gave them such a leg up with 2 nice kills, but Snacks and Hunter, both of them ineffective with their plays. And Team Spirit's able to grind it out over at the B bomb site. Good job from Shiro, good job from Chopper. Now just a 5-round deficit up against Pistols. I've never heard a focus chant before.
Yeah, that's
you didn't have to stop. I just wanted to let you know I've never heard it before. Yeah.
Carry us through this one. The USPs, Joel Beretta, and a big old D in the hand of Nico. I remember some clips of Nico with the Deagle from this spot, and he's very capable. He was pretty close to a kill towards Cave. He has been forced away behind that smoke, and timing does not favor him perfectly.
Nope, back away. Have a decision if you just want to save some of these upgraded pistols. It's not a big deal because no one has armor, but line up for some exits potentially, hoping that Team Spirit evacuates towards CT spawn. They have complete control of B lane. They have complete control of middle. I think their escape route is pretty well established at the moment.
Slow one to finish, but it will result in a 5th round for Team Spirit.
This is going to be interesting. G2 is going to buy in the next round. And Spirit's got 3 Galils and a MAC-10 in play. Although I think one of those MAC-10s might not make it out of the bomb radius. Yeah. See ya.
Well, he joins the rest of his team just in the swamp. And yeah, it is late, Donk, but gotta focus up.
Yeah, he's a young man. He shouldn't be yawning.
Although I did see him around 14 hours ago at the hotel getting breakfast. So.
Yeah, it's been a day. Been a day for all of us. 9 to 5. And G2 going for utility. 4 players without head armor is going to be lovely for these Galils and MAC-10s to even the score.
I got to see what Snacks' calling looked like in the first half. Now we get to see what Chopper's going to be able to cook up. Slow start on the T side, patient. No one from G2 providing any presence inside of middle. No one's pushing even into Cave right now. Another passive setup from G2 CT side. Zon takes ever closer towards red. Monacy just waiting for that fade away. He's got Snacks too. It's not just Monacy here, and Snacks is not required, but perhaps their rotation will be, because this B bomb side is about to be put under a lot of pressure, and it's only Nico here. Monacy's rotation does arrive before the attack comes in. Smokes are up, utility in, and Nico's still waiting for his chance to strike on Chopper, and Nico sinks 2 ships before finally taking lead to the head. And it's Hunter back with one in response. Mob's rotation over and perfectly played from G2. That is 10 rounds, double figures now in Ancient.
Nico's silencer was brutal. I think Donk thought he was over in the cubby in the corner. He turned left to kind of try and clear something out, and Nico just had a freebie as he's out in the open. Good first gun round from G2, surviving with 4 players, and there's the third and final timeout from Spirit. Money hurts, but they can't afford to not buy. It's too, and in desperation, they're going to invest what they can into this round. Not everything, not everyone. It's cool to see them, when you see this buy, showing faith in Donk, who's struggled so much in this game. They pass him an Hero AK-47, so keeping faith in their star, giving him a weapon to turn the tides heading into round 16, and then keeping enough for future rounds moving forward.
I wonder how many people at home yawned after watching the footage of Donk.
I didn't even think about that. Just a worldwide yawn in unison with Donk.
No, I'm going to do it. Magix. He's about to have a fight with Snacks. He's going to jump around, try and bait him into it. And Snacks does commit to the angle. He gets away with a kill on Magix. But Donk had to trade and does so. Now Hunter begins to climb the ascent up. Donk hits the headshot back. And he's doing exactly what you want from the AK.
Problem is he just doesn't have any HP anymore. He's taken a little bit of damage in each one of these engagements, just been whittled down. And once again, Mulbs, stepping into the same position as the previous fights. Can Donk get a trade one more time? Only 19 HP, and he doesn't want to swing for it. Didn't have the timing, wasn't prepared.
Took a couple of steps out there, and Mulbs is just playing off of that sound, so easily peeking out. Donk goes down this time, and Chopper left alone. It's 11 for G2. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel. They can see the semi-final line in front of them. And it would be a massive victory to take Spirit out. I think many people, when they seen the bracket, you see this new G2 up against Spirit, you didn't think G2 were making it through this game. But they're looking real good right now. Apart from Trace, of course. Stunner did.
Stunner had the faith the whole time.
He's seen something we didn't.
Oh man, he came into this event watching all the demos, all the POVs, studying the matchup. He predicted the future. Chopper's the one to pass an AK over to Donk, go down to the P250. They're going to try their hand at an A execute, testing Mulbs.
Call this one the Snacks call. Is Mulbs ready for it? He's got a deeper position than Team Spirit ever had to deal with this, and gets spotted. It's confident, but it's not effective as Donk is quick on that headshot, and Team Spirit are into the site.
Ooh, good find from m0NESY. As the bomb just gets planted, a little bit of chip damage onto Chopper. 2 players in Donut, 2 coming from CT spawn for this retake. They've got plenty of kits. It's 1 smoke on Snacks, 1 Molotov as well. They have to clear out Donk, and they've got him.
Oh, big box player spotted out as well. Tall box player down, and now it is suddenly just Magix, and this is an impressive retake from G2. That is so clinical. Team Spirit had dug themselves deep into solid post plants, and G2 just come in with the shovels.
Solid post plants, but positions that are exposed to a couple different angles. They never knew where that next fight was going to come from. And the peek from Donut shows both positions. 7 chances for G2 to close out this series. And it feels and it looks like they won't need all of them. They've been so dominant on this map. Coming into it, was worried with how good we've seen Spirit play it in the past. And G2 have just emphatically shut them down.
Team Spirit come to battle in possibly the last round of their World Cup. And they have got Galils on every player. Limited utility.
They get a miraculous stand-in victory in Dallas. And now this honeymoon period of a new roster has got them into the semifinals, more than likely of the Esports World Cup.
It turns out you just need one North American player, and this team gets some work done.
Oh, that's not a good sign for North American teams. They got too many.
Snacks involved in a fight with Magix, but the A play is about to come in towards Malbs. The Guatemalan God holds down for 2. Donk and Zontix both gone, and 50 seconds remain. Team Spirit are toppling, and they will soon be eliminated from the World Cup here in Riyadh. G2, 4 versus 2. Snacks misses the timing by just a little bit on Magix. But 35 seconds remain in the round. There must be a maneuver forward from Chopper to try and collect that bomb, and as soon as he does, he will walk into the path of Monacy, and he will charge right through that path. Hunter's still in Donut, though, and this is a powerful spot. Hunter makes the most of it, and it's now just Chopper, the final player of Spirit, in their final moments. We were hoping to come into a new season and be able to get the job done and get the job going again, but it has not worked out. G2 with a new roster have come into the quarterfinals and taken out Team Spirit. This is an impressive statement. This is an impressive performance. And now the question is opened up. How far can G2 go here at the World Cup?
And it's got to make you think back to Nico's interview before this game.